We are live at Collect Cove for tonight's Facebook record sale. When you're on and watching, let us know. Happy Independence Day. Sorry, Britain, or the UK now. I guess I should be saying thank you. Thank you for our independence that we won from you very easily. That's why we're here. And I'm going to start sharing everywhere. Literally, if I can find somewhere to post this feed, I'm going to post it. I meant to tell Tanner to change the title to something like Free Fireworks, so lots of people would click on it. But let's do it. Let's do this. Okay. There's. Now let's do the link. I'm sure people's like, oh, Chad's late. Where are you, Chad? Let's see. I'm sorry. So I've had, as usual, I have. I'm not gonna say I have a sleeping disorder. I have trouble falling asleep. I stay up way too late. I have a very odd schedule. Plus, I went on a trip. Plus, I was on a trip like where I was in normal hours, completely opposite of my other schedule. So basically, I was on reverse Chad hours for 4 days straight. Then I come back, and it's just been a mess. So, yeah, I've only been awake for about a good hour, maybe. I've only been awake for about a good hour. So, I apologize for the lateness. I guess Tanner was at a party, 4th of July party. Yep, Addison shaking her head. So Tanner was at the, doing stuff too. I was asleep. My mom says sleeping on public benches. Yeah, up in Gatlinburg, I pretty much like passed out in public. Just I couldn't wake up. I mean, I was asleep on a public bench. People were walking by laughing at me, and my mom pretty much couldn't wake me up. And then I went to the the garage where we was parked, and I fell asleep in there for about an hour. So I go into like sleeping comas, and when they hit, it's no looking back. My body just finally says, "All right, Chad, that's enough." So, but I'm glad you can join us tonight. We are live, and we are selling records here in Lebanon. And I'm kind of just talking because I'm stalling and trying to get everything shared. So Tanner's rolling up vintage. Gosh, 5 crates of vintage. Holy moly. Holy moly. So, sorry, Mom, I am drinking an energy drink. My mom said something like, I'm throwing all this stuff away. I'd be like, that would be a disaster. Okay. It's like, Jimmy, I'm throwing away your Xbox. My mom threatens to throw away my energy drinks. All right. Now, last place I gotta get this shared is Instagram. I got the link from that, and I've got one more. Thing here. All right, so let's go live. Oh, I don't want to go Instagram live. I wish we could go live on Instagram. That would be great. Mom knows best. Yep, I know. But listen to this. She was just talking about she brought sleeping better and eating healthy. She brought like 3 pies and cupcakes, and she does this. Right, Tanner? Yeah. Julie it's not good. Okay. Enough about Chad's health problems. Let's start selling records. I don't have health problems. I have sleeping problems. Let's see here. We'll go through this crate that's on top. If you haven't already, please be sure you have shared everything everywhere. And everything would be this feed. Make sure you've shared it on your personal page. I hope everybody's in from fireworks. Don't go out there. It's dangerous. Stay away from those things. You do not need any medical bills. You need all of your fingers and all of your vision. Stay away from them. So, just buckle up. Enjoy the 4th of July right here. We're going to go through a crate, I think from last week, with some pretty new releases, and we'll see what we have here. This is first, Mindless Self-Indulgence, If. This is a limited edition of 2,500 individually numbered copies on purple and red marbled vinyl. Now, I don't know a lot about Mindless Self-Indulgence, but I had a lot of people say, Chad, will you please post this pre-order? And we actually pre-sold several, and I went ahead and ordered 3 or 4 extras. 4 extras, or actually, I think I had 5 extras, and now I have 4 left. This is Mindless Self-Indulgence, and that is $44.99. I have 4 of those left. Now, that is limited, numbered, colored vinyl. $44.99. Cinderella, Long Cold Winter from Music on Vinyl. So this is probably one of our best-selling titles of all time for Music on Vinyl. OGs are not really rare or hard to find. They just don't come up too often. So most people like these nice, quiet Music on Vinyl reissues. This is $38.99. Now this has been a popular title. It's new Japanese pressings of Star Wars. We have Return of the Jedi and The Empire Strikes Back. I can still get Volume 4, which is technically the first movie, which is called A New Hope. I can still get that one if anybody's interested, if you want the whole set. But these are new Japanese pressings from Disney, Lucasfilms, and we have both of those still available. I also have X, More Fun in the New World from Music on Vinyl. That's also new and limited. Colored blue vinyl, $38.99 for X, More Fun in the New World. Still have the Steely Dan. Their last couple albums are pressed fantastically by Analog Productions and pressed at QRP. That is 2 LP, 45 RPM on audiophile quiet vinyl. That is $69.99. The Cure, 17 seconds. The Cure is $38.99, also from Music on Vinyl. And Cinderella Night Songs. We have Long Cold Winter and Night Songs, $38.99. Let me make sure I didn't miss anything in the comments. Did Europe Vinyl come in? Yeah, that came in last week or the week before. You should already have it on an invoice if you pre-ordered it. Let's see here. Make sure I didn't miss anything else. We have Wolf Mother. Still got one of those left, $54.99. I need to ask Gloria. So we had a waiting list for this. It was Bob Riger, and he ended up buying one later, and Gloria Bowers was on a waiting list from a while back. I need to message her, and that is $54.99. And then plenty of the Metallica Garage Inks again. That's $56.99 for Metallica Garage Ink, and Avenged Sevenfold City of Lights on red vinyl, $36.99. So that was just our warm-up crate for the night. We've got 5 crates of new vintage arrivals. I'm going to be going through plenty of new vinyl. Tanner, we may pull some live stuff from the flip video I did so we don't accidentally oversell stuff. And are the first 3 movies available on Star Wars? No, they're not. That would be awesome. But to my knowledge, I don't know of the first 3. I've never hardly seen any of those soundtracks on vinyl. That would be a great idea for a reissue if Disney wants to sell a few more LPs, because I'm sure Star Wars and vinyl collectors alike, I've never seen any of those first 3 movies on soundtrack. So there's Wolf Mother from James Bragg. That sounds like a good idea for Music on Vinyl. I wish also they would put the rest of the Bond soundtracks on vinyl. Pretty much the Pierce Brosnan movies, there are none of those on vinyl. None of the Pierce Brosnan movies, and actually one of the Daniel Craig movies are pretty tough to get on vinyl. I'm hoping Music on Vinyl does that eventually. All right, so James Bragg got Wolf Mother. We have in this crate Mindless Self-Indulgence. I've got 4 of those left. Cinderella Long Cold Winter. The Star Wars Japanese soundtracks, of course, they're by Disney now. X is $38.99. Steely Dan is $69.99. The Cure, 17 seconds. Cinderella Night Songs, and Metallica Garage Inc., and one random Avenged Sevenfold, City of Evil. City of Evil, $36.99. That's on red vinyl. All right, let's go ahead and go. Let's pull an X for White Akins. Doug said, have fun, everybody. Have fun. Sit back, eat your hot dog, and buy some records. And then in about a week, when they come to you in the mail, you can listen to them. Hopefully, you've got some music on in the background while you're buying. Most people's like, I'm listening to my purchases while I buy more purchases for what's coming in the next time. So let's see what John's got us here in this first crate of new arrivals. John was here today. Price and new vintage arrivals. Paul's off on Tuesdays. And then they flip-flop. John's off tomorrow, and then Paul will be here pricing stuff for tomorrow night's sale. And there are some, wow, John slipped in some crazy stuff in here. I'm flipping through here, and there's some like really good records, and then there's some really good records. Wait till you see this soundtrack I just seen. Oh my gosh. It's not cheap, but yeah, we need the Japanese crate. It should have let's see, it's blue, I believe. I think the flip crate's laying on top of it. Oh, that's a new crate of arrivals too I didn't go through last night. I'll go ahead and carry this over there. If you can get the blue one, I'll carry this one. But I think there's new Japanese stuff. That's like stuff we're reducing prices on. I think Seth has top titles, or I should say new titles in the back. Those are ones that maybe I just need to reduce the price on. So wow, yeah, 6 crates of new vintage. Holy moly. I better start talking. Let me drink some more caffeine here. Wow. Okay, here we go. We have Prince, 1958, 1993, Let It Go from 1994. This is a 12-inch single from 1994. It's a promo, $34.99. Interesting. Never seen that before. Doug, did you know we had that? $34.99. That's from 1994. Prince. Never seen that before. The Manhattan Transfer, Bop Doo-Wop. That is a full album, $9.99. The Manhattan Transfer, Bop Doo-Wop. At first, it looked like a 12-inch single, but it's not. That's Near Mint from 1984. Paul Beal is first record, first claim. That's sold to Paul Beal. Little Richard, King of Rock and Roll. That is $24.99. That looks like a 2LP. Little Richard compilation, Tutti Frutti, first track, $24.99. Rydell, You Were Second on Prince. How about Eddie Murphy, How Could It Be? It has some odd numbers on the front. 4, 11, 18, 46, 400F. That is $16.99. It's a gold stamp promo. Eddie Murphy, How Could It Be? The Eagles, Hotel California, $32.99. $32.99. Beautiful, pristine vinyl. It looks like it's a gatefold. I'm looking for a poster. Usually we mark if it has one, it doesn't. But it does have the original inner sleeve. What an album. Hotel California, New Kid in Town, Life in the Fast Lane, Wasted Time, Victim of Love, Pretty Maids, The Last Resort. There's a reason why that album sold 28 million copies. Hotel California. Donnie Moore first to Eddie Murphy. And we have Fred Carnell first on Little Richard. No love for the Manhattan Transfer so far. We have the best of Sam Cooke. Nice, $29.99. There are a lot of different repressings of this album. The true OGs are actually pretty tough to find in near mint condition. This is like a late 70s reissue. See, it's originally come out in 65. Has a barcode on the back. Actually, that would probably be an early 80s reissue. That is $29.99, the best of Sam Cooke. I watched a show one time that had a Sam Cooke song in it. Of course, I was familiar with his catalog. Man, it sounds like a bottle rocket just went right by the front door. It sounds like a war zone outside right now. Probably like most of y'all's houses. Man, felt like we're under attack. Anyways, I won't tell the Sam Cooke story. I'll shorten it up for you. His music is fantastic, which you already know that. Elvis Costello, this year's model. This is on the original Costello label, $34.99. See how around the edge here it says Costello, Costello. That is $34.99. It is near mint and pristine. That's actually not too easy to find, Elvis Costello. Original Folk Blues, Detroit Blues. That is $19.99. Original Folk Blues, Detroit Blues, and Dr. Demento presents the greatest novelty records of all time. Volume 2, the 1950s, 1999. And Madonna, Like a Virgin. This has the original inner sleeve, near mint vinyl, $24.99. Fred Carnell wants the Sam Cooke. Let's pull that for Sam Cooke, or let's pull that for Fred Carnell. And the next claim is David Eberly wants the Dr. Demento, and Zumo wants the Elvis Costello. Yeah, that one with the Costello around the label is not too easy to find. That is so to Zumo. Yeah, let's pull some auctions. Did we find that crate, or this is the newest stuff priced? Okay, I think one of those might be checked. We'll go ahead and start with this one. Okay, so we have more Creedence Gold, Japanese pressing. This is a $35 start, and this is a Creedence compilation. It has one scuff that's non-feelable. One blemish right there, non-feelable, and this otherwise it's a near mint and pristine perfect copy. So we could pretty much call this near mint minus. This is a $35 start. It's an awesome Creedence compilation. Of course, if you put together any of Creedence's hits on an LP, it's going to be some good music. $35 start. As you see, multi-page booklet, and this one has a really nice cover. Huge, gigantic, custom CCR Obi. Gatefold, Hey Tonight, Run Through the Jungle, Fortunate Son, and Lodi Up Around the Bend. All those great songs. There's actually a couple other, I'm not going to call them deep cuts, but there's also a couple songs on that comp that I don't see as often as others. So the Creedence comp is a $35 start. That's called More Creedence Gold. More Creedence Gold. And we have a Michael Jackson Thriller, Japanese pressing. Let's start this for... I'm going to start this one at just $25, and the reason is I think I've shown it before. The vinyl is near mint and pristine. The vinyl is near mint and pristine. It has the poster. It has the Japanese insert. There's really nothing wrong with it except for these little blemishes. You can see a little bit of discoloration on his white jacket. It's not really present in the gatefold. It's not on any of the inserts. Just a little bit of discoloration on his jacket. Just slightly. Just a $25 start. The cover's nice, Obi poster, the vinyl's pristine. So $35 and $25 start. Bad weather here west of Nashville, moving east. That's not good. Okay, so we're in an awesome crate of new vintage arrivals. Let me get my camera situated. It looks a little crooked. New crate of new vintage arrivals. We actually got 6 of these to go through tonight if we have time. I hope we do. I'll stop talking. Bruce Springsteen, Darkness on the Edge of Town. Bruce Springsteen is $19.99. Marvin Gaye, Here My Dear. This is a 1981 promo. I've seen several Marvin Gaye records in this crate. This is one we never get. It's near mint and it's a promo copy. It's a promo copy. $49.99, a 1981 promo from Marvin Gaye. Dan Benedict on The Boss, and that is Bruce Springsteen. We have bids on both auctions. CCR is $35, Michael Jackson is $45. And Dr. Demento, this is volume 3, the 60s, the greatest novelty records of all time. $19.99 for Dr. Demento. Bob Dylan, Empire Burlesque, that is near mint in shrink wrap. $34.99 with the original inner sleeve. Alan Johnson's going to take the other Dr. Demento. David Eberly, You Were Second. Loggins and Messina, So Fine. It has a promo strip on the front. It is a promo copy, promo white label as well. Loggins and Messina, $9.99. Alan Parsons Project, Turn of a Friendly Card, $17.99. And Stevie Ray Vaughan, wow, take a look at this copy. Shrink wrap and hop sticker of Soul to Soul, $64.99. It has one little fold over in the shrink right here that actually probably could be flattened out. But other than that, it is a perfect copy. It is beautiful, $64.99 for Soul to Soul. Okay, Dan Benedict already had Bruce Springsteen, so we can put that back. Rydell Martin, though, is going to get the promo copy of Marvin Gaye. And we have a new bid on CCR. Jesse Rome is at $36, so Paul, you're out. But we are going to do a final call on Michael Jackson. Chris Gardner is at $45. So if anybody wants Bruce, he's still available for $19.99. This is $124.99. I wanted to say that first, but this is one of those I was talking about when I was flipping through it. I was like, whoa, don't see these too often. $124.99. That's 125. This is the Halloween 2 original soundtrack from 1981. Check that out. Halloween 2, $124.99. And this is music composed and performed by John Carpenter. $124.99 on that. Don't get those too often. Next, we have Little Richard, Lifetime Friend. Little Richard has a gold stamp promo, $19.99. Little Richard, Lifetime Friend. That is $19.99. The Marvelettes Greatest Hits, $19.99 for the Marvelettes Greatest Hits. And the Manhattan Transfer again. This is Bodies and Souls. Gold stamp promo on the back. Manhattan Transfer is $9.99. The Best of Bill Medley, $14.99. Gold stamp promo, Best of Bill Medley. And Nitty Gritty Dirt Band, Uncle Charlie and his dog Teddy, $19.99. $19.99. Nielsen, Schmilson, $19.99 for Harry Nilsson Schmilson. And the Best of Gordon Lightfoot. It has a promo copy sticker on the front. Let's check the label. $19.99. I don't see any promo markings, but the vinyl is beautiful. It is absolutely near mint. $19.99. Okay, we can go ahead and sell Michael Jackson. No new bidders on that. That's sold to Chris Gardner for $46. Jesse, you're outbid now on CCR. Paul's back in at $38, so that's going once, going twice. Olivia Newton-John, Don't Stop Believing, $9.99. And the Best of Jerry Lee Lewis featuring 39 and Holding. That's a white label promo from Elektra, $14.99. Jerry Lee Lewis. Eddie Murphy again. Gold stamp promo. Eddie Murphy's $19.99. And Eddie Cochran. This is Legendary Master Series from Eddie Cochran, $26.99. Has some light cover damage down here at the bottom. That is $26.99. Brian Tyler was first to Eddie, and I'm assuming he wants Eddie Murphy. And if anybody wants Eddie Cochran, let me know. And Fred Carnell first on Jerry Lee Lewis. Jesse Rome's out on CCR, so we'll go ahead and wrap that up with Paul. $38, final call. Let me see what we have over here in our new Japanese bin. We have, let's see, Men at Work, Bowie, ABBA, Culture Club, Hall & Oates, Steve Miller Band, ABBA, Billy Joe, ABBA, Supertramp, REO Speedwagon, Ghostbusters, Go West, Cheap Trick at Budokan. We may do that one first. And Toto Hydra. Let's do some Cheap Trick and some Toto. Okay, I'm going to make sure we're all done on CCR. Final call, since we had a question about it. Mike McGinnis, this is more Credence Gold. Japanese pressing with book. Original inner sleeve. Near mint and pristine. High bid is $38. Does Gordon Lightfoot? I think this is a little early for the Gordon Lightfoot. I think these are a little bit earlier tracks, or for Edmund Fitzgerald. Yeah, no, just a lot of earlier tracks on this one. Does have Early Morning Rain and Go Go Round. Couple Bitter Green. Canadian Railroad Trilogy. That's a good one. Okay, so let's see. Next question was, does Olivia Newton-John have the poster? Let's check. I see the original inner sleeve, but I see no poster. No poster on that one, Ivan. All right, so final call now since he's passing, $38. The Steve Martin Brothers. William McEwen presents the Steve Martin Brothers. Contains the patriotic statement, What I Believe. That is $14.99. Steve Martin Brothers, $14.99. New edition, Under the Blue Moon. New edition is $26.99. Gold stamp promo for new edition. And Back Where I Belong, the Four Tops, $14.99. CCR is sold to Paul Brothers for $38. Our next two Japanese auctions are going to be Cheap Trick at Budokan. Cheap Trick at Budokan is a $45 start. This is really cool. The vinyl is near mint and pristine. Orange Epic label. OG Japanese pressing with the booklet, just like the US version came with. Gatefold cover with Obi. It's like one of those soft touch, it's almost like a soft touch cover. I mean, it's like almost like a foil type Obi. Very nice, absolutely nothing wrong with that one. $45 start on Cheap Trick at Budokan. And Toto Hydra is a $35 start. Toto Hydra, or as some people say, Toto, which once again doesn't make any sense to me. $35 start. There's one Japanese insert. There's the original inner sleeve with lyrics. Top copy here, flawless, $35 start. So $45 and $35 starts on those. Okay, back to the crate of new vintage arrivals. Exile, Mixed Emotions, $9.99. Yvonne Elliman, Night Flight with Hype Sticker, $9.99. If I Can't Have You, Yvonne's $9.99. The Greatest Performance Ever Sold, Prince, from 1999, $49.99. This is a gold stamp promo, $49.99. The Greatest Performance Ever Sold. Wow, another Prince record I've never seen before. $49.99. That's different. Where's Rydell Martin and Paul Beal? They might be all over this one too. Let me fix this inner sleeve. It has... There we go. If you ever have inner sleeves like this with a die cut circle, always pull them out because the record can get jammed on that lip and rip it. Even though this is just a generic white inner sleeve, it's still original to this release. But, man, they're tricky. Okay, that's $49.99. We have Rydell Martin on Yvonne. Rydell gets that one. Larry Smith gets Exile. Greatest Romance. Did I say Performance? I did, didn't I? Greatest Romance. My bad. Greatest Romance. Rydell Martin's claiming it. He knew what I meant. That's so to Rydell Martin. And Donnie Moore got Yvonne. Sorry. Chris Gleason's at $45 on Cheap Trick, and we're looking for a $35 start on Toto. Greatest Hits of Elvis, Volume 1, $14.99. Greatest Hits of Elvis, $14.99. Now, that is an interesting way to put this. I do see hits. A lot of them are live, but it's one of the many Elvis compilations out there. Greatest Hits Elvis, Black Label RCA. But I don't see that too often. $14.99 to be an Elvis record. Marvin Gaye is $100, $99.99 to be exact. This is a 1984 promo copy. 1984 promo copy. Another one of those white label promos from Motown. An 84 promo copy of Marvin Gaye's What's Going On, and it's mint. Near mint minus, I guess I should say. The cover is about VG Plus or better. Has one little crease there in the corner. Nice record, though. I've never seen that before. An 84 promo copy. God Bless Tiny Tim, $29.99. When I say near mint minus, I think y'all know what I mean by now. That means it's a very clean and nice and near flawless record. Tiny Tim is near mint, $29.99. December 19... Oh, the Four Seasons. December 1963, Oh What a Night, $9.99. This is the 12-inch single of Frankie Valli's December 1963, Oh What a Night, $9.99. All right, let me go back up to the top here. So Cheap Trick, we had 45, 46, 48, and 50, and now 55. Three different bidders on Cheap Trick. High bid is $55. Final call on Toto. Before we make it a bite now, if you want to get in, it's a near mint copy, $35 star. Scott Drum wants the Greatest Hits of Elvis, and Donnie Moore wants the Four Seasons, Oh What a Night. Back to Basics, The Temptations, $9.99. Back to Basics, The Temptations. Jazz Goes to Junior College, Dave Brubeck Quartet. This is a 1957 mono 6i, $29.99. This is a 1957 mono 6i, $29.99. For those that are watching that's fairly new, let me give a quick rundown on our condition. So this is all EX plus to near mint minus. We figured out a way to show records here on Facebook very quickly, and that's basically grouping stuff by condition. So everything in here has been clean, checked, and inspected, and we guarantee it to be EX plus to near mint minus. Now, a lot of you may not use the EX grade anymore, or may not use it at all, or never heard of it, but that's somewhere between VG plus and near mint minus, and we use that just because we can be a little bit more specific and go through a lot more records. And basically say, everything in here is very nice, there's no flaws, they're very clean. They may have a scuff, but if I ever pull out a piece of vinyl and I say this is near mint, it's probably very little marks on it. And it's going to sound, the most important thing, it's going to sound great. Because you can have some surface scuffs on some vinyl and it doesn't affect playback whatsoever. So, just FYI. Now, we'll do some check condition stuff. We've sold some stuff on here that I'm like, this is VG, and I say it 2 or 3 times. This is VG, this is VG, because when you get it, it's going to have some clicks and pops, but Now, when we're selling Japanese stuff and I say it's near mint and pristine, it looks like it was just pressed. It's perfect. And we really are strict on these. There you go. If you ever have any questions, just let us know, as always. So, Cheap Trick is at 58. Chris Gleason's at 58. We have Chris Kirkley first on Dave Brubeck. Carol Seeley was second. John Lill is back in on Cheap Trick at 60. Neil Diamond, Hot August Night Part 2, recorded live in concert. That came out in 1987. That's 1999. The Best of the Diamonds. The Diamonds is $14.99. Neil Diamond, Velvet Gloves and Spit. That is $9.99. That's on Uni with the great song Shiloh, $9.99. The Dramatics live. The Dramatics has a gold stamp promo on the back, $14.99. Straub's Burning for You. That's the one we don't see too often. Check out that cover. The Straub's Burning for You, $16.99 on the Straub's. The soundtrack for 10, which is the music by Henry Mancini, $19.99. And Carla Thomas, Memphis Queen, $24.99. Gold stamp promo from Stax, $24.99. Carla Thomas, Memphis Queen. Colin Butler first on the Straub's. Final call now on Cheap Trick at $60 with John Lill. And when I sell that, I'm going to go ahead and make Toto a buy it now, so be on standby. The Buddy Holly Story, $19.99. That's the soundtrack from the film. Carla Thomas is sold to Rydell Martin. And we have Creed. Let me show all these at the same time. These are $39, $39, and $39. These are 2-in-1 packs from Creedence. And you can buy all three and pretty much get the set. That's self-titled and Bayou Country, Green River, and Willie and the Poor Boys, and Cosmo's Factory and Pendulum. They released these as like 2 albums in one, 68, 69. Both of those albums came out 69, and then both of those albums came out 70. Creedence was cranking out some albums. Wow. So within 2 years, they put out 4 of their best albums. Or I guess I should say within 3 years, they put out 5, 6 fantastic albums. Those are $39.99 each. If you want just one of them, not a bad price, $20 per LP, and we're talking about near mint and pristine full Creedence albums. So that's pretty much like a Creedence box set, if you will. If you can find a custom slipcase for that, that's like a Creedence studio album collection. Christie Yellow River, this is $19.99. It has a promo strip on the front. Yellow original label, Christie Yellow River, $19.99. And Sam Cooke, The Man and His Music. This is a 2 LP compilation. Lots of music on here, $29.99. All right, let's sell Cheap Trick to John Lill for $60. And if anybody wants Toto, it is a $35 buy it now. Toto Hydra. Toto Hydra, $35 buy it now. Okay, well, I'm grabbing our next Japanese pressings. Let's let everybody let us know where you're watching from all across the United States on Independence Day. Comment whether you're watching on Facebook or YouTube. Curious where everybody's watching from. It is now officially dark here in Lebanon, and fireworks are at their peak. So we'll go ahead and pull Sherry Darnell, Sam Cooke. So Toto was a $35 buy it now. I'll be looking for that in the comments. While everybody's letting us know where you're watching from, I will be pulling our next auctions, which are, let's do 2 soundtracks. I see Streets of Fire and I see Ghostbusters. Let's do a couple classic soundtracks, Ghostbusters and Streets of Fire. Very cool. These are near mint and pristine with Obi. Actually, Streets of Fire is EX. So we have first, Streets of Fire, a rock and roll fable. This is EX, so it must have 1 or maybe 2 stray marks on it. Let's see here. Yeah, just 1 mark there. And I think, yeah, and side 2 is near mint minus. So Streets of Fire has 1 non-audible scuff. Just a $25 starts on that. Streets of Fire with the original Japanese insert, a rock and roll fable. That's a $25 start on Streets of Fire. Now, the Ghostbusters soundtrack. This is going to be a $35 start. Very cool. It's been a while. We had one kind of recently, I guess. I just know there was a lot of people bidding on it. The vinyl on that one is near mint and pristine. It has the Japanese insert with it. Really cool cover with Obi. No discoloration or anything on this one. Very nice. And that is a $35 start. $35 start. All right, let me go back up to the top, make sure I didn't miss any claims. Sherry Darnell got the Sam Cooke. We have Snurp watching in Canada, Ohio. We have Lebanon, that's right, that's here. Texas, Clark Range. Somebody's watching on YouTube. Indian Beach, North Carolina. Philadelphia. Philadelphia Freedom. Great city to be in on Independence Day. And Sparta, Pennsylvania. Okay, so $35 and $25 starts on those. Interesting. Chicago, 25 or 624 LP version, 4 minutes and 9 seconds. This is a 1986 promo, $14.99. 1986 promo, $14.99. ZZ Top Eliminator, $34.99 for ZZ Top Eliminator. Collins on Collins. Interesting. Exclusive candid interview. This is a 1985 Phil Collins promo interview, $26.99. It includes like the transcript from Atlantic Records on Atlantic Records letterhead. That's some kind of Phil Collins promo interview, $26.99 from 1985. Okay, we have let's see here. Donnie Moore got the Chicago. I'm trying to. I was like, make sure somebody wasn't commenting they're watching from Chicago. I'm from Chicago, no claim. Yeah, Eric, that came in at like the worst time possible. I think Donnie Moore is actually buying Chicago. Ghostbusters, we're looking for a $35 start. No bid yet. And Lisa Montgomery wants to Phil Collins. So $35 and $25 starts on those. More Dirty Dancing, $19.99. This is Do You Love Me from the Contours. This is a 12-inch single. It's Do You Love Me, and then the extended or the edited version, that is $19.99. More Dirty Dancing. Meet the Raisins, the historic soundtrack album by the California Raisins. That is $19.99. Check out the California Raisins, $19.99. Elvis Moody Blue, we got one on blue vinyl, $34.99. We sold one of those last night, $34.99, and we sold a black vinyl. A Little More Soul, the Tams, $29.99 on the Tams, and Taco After 8. Taco is $19.99. We have Andy Gibbs, Greatest Hits. It's a white label promo, $14.99. And Remember Maryland, this is $34.99. Remember Maryland. It's on TVP Records, and it includes a poster. Let's see if there's any nudity. Just curious. Usually makes it a little bit more valuable. Has some pretty cool shots over, though, from across her film career. $34.99 for Maryland. Yeah, she's kind of exposed there. I figured there'd be at least one shot in there. That is $34.99, Tanner, and that is sold to Lisa Montgomery. That is sold to Lisa Montgomery. Okay, and let's see. Paul said he would give $30 for the Toto. Sell that to Paul Brothers as a buy it now on the auction pile for $30. And Ghostbusters is $35 with Jake Rogers, final call. And if anybody wants in on Streets of Fire, EX, pretty close to near mint on that one, $25 start. And let me go through this crate one more time. I've got 5 more crates of new vintage arrivals. John got 5 ready tonight. That was number 6 we just went through. But there was a crate left over from last night, which has some pretty incredible stuff in it, like this copy of Wasp, Last Command, if I could get my English spit out correctly. Wasp, The Last Command. EX condition. It has the sticker on the back. Lyrics may be considered offensive by some audiences. And this is Wasp, The Last Command. It does have a little bit of a chip here on the spine. It has the original inner sleeve. Wasp, The Last Command. Very clean vinyl. We've graded it EX, and that's a pretty conservative grade on this one. Let's see if it has anything else in it. Just the cover and original inner sleeve. We're going to do that for a $55 start. $55 start on Wasp, The Last Command. And let's go ahead and make these a buy it now. Or let's end these. Ghostbusters is sold to Jake Rogers for $35. And if anybody wants Streets of Fire, it's a $25 buy it now. Streets of Fire, $25 buy it now on that one. Okay, Wasp is The Last Command. Up for auction now, and that is an OG $55 start on Wasp, The Last Command. $55 start on that. Let me see what else is in this crate. I think there was some pretty good stuff in here. Yeah, Ace Frehley. Ace Frehley, Frehley's Comet. This is VG Plus condition. VG Plus condition, VG Plus cover. It also has the original inner sleeve. The original inner sleeve. VG Plus vinyl. $35 start on Ace Frehley's Comet. If you've missed it, there are a lot of new Ace Frehley reissues coming out on limited colored vinyl. Not that one and not his early stuff, but some of his later stuff. I've got those pre-orders posted if anybody's interested. Okay, and see, Streets of Fire, SOF, John Leal. And that was a $25 buy it now on that one. So $25 buy it now on that. John Leal, Fred was second, Patty Williams. Troy's at $55 on Wasp, and we're looking for a $35 start on Ace. I didn't go back through this crate again. Let me read these titles one more time. Manhattan Transfer, Eagles, Hotel California. Original Folk Blues, Detroit Blues. Madonna, Like a Virgin. Bob Dylan, Empire Burlesque. Loggins and Messina, So Fine. Alan Parsons Project. Stevie Ray Vaughan, Soul to Soul, Near Mint, Shrink Wrap, and Hop Sticker. If you need any prices, let me know. Bruce Springsteen, Darkness on the Edge of Town. Halloween 2, $124.99. Little Richard, The Marvelettes' Greatest Hits. The Manhattan Transfer, Bill Medley, Nitty Gritty Dirt Band, Harry Nilsson, Eddie Cochran, The Best of Gordon Lightfoot, Olivia Newton-John, The Steve Martin Brothers, New Edition, surprised that's still here, $26.99, Four Tops, Marvin Gaye's a 1984 promo copy, God Bless Tiny Tim, Back to Basics, The Temptations, Neil Diamond, The Best of the Diamonds, Neil Diamond. We have the Diamonds and the Best of Neil Diamonds, The Dramatics, Mel Brooks, I don't know if I showed that. Mel Brooks, original soundtrack composed by John Morris. Mel Brooks' greatest hits, including the fabulous film scores of John Morris. Wow. Let me show that because I must have skipped over it. I bet somebody will buy that. This is a Mel Brooks compilation. Silent movie, Young Frankenstein. That's 1999. And I guess I skipped over this too. Prince, Thieves in the Temple. I skipped over this as well. 1999. Prince, that's a 12-inch single. So, yeah, okay, I know I showed 10. I skipped over a couple of great records there. Glad I'm going back through these. 1999 on 10, and the Buddy Holly Story, 1999. Okay, so let's go ahead and update our auctions before I get into the comments. Wasp is at 55 with Troy Shark. That's going twice, going three times. Mike Kennedy is at 35 on Ace Frehley. That's going twice, going three times. Would you do Halloween for 100? How about I lay that over here and I say, let me think about that. Let me think about that. Pretty fair offer. Just something we just don't see too often. I'm definitely going to think about that, Colin. And let's see. Neil Diamond, both best prices. I would say normally I wouldn't discount anything. But if you're interested, I will give you a price. These are, I will do 15 and 10. So that would be $5 off for buying both of them. That is $25 for the pair. $25 for those, Jeffrey DeLong. How could you say no? We'll go ahead and lay those in the sold price. What's the new edition? The new edition is called New Edition Under the Blue Moon with Hop Sticker, Near Mint, Gold Stamp Promo, $26.99. Scott Drum. Craig Johnson's going to take the Eagles, Hotel California. Chris Gardner's going to get the Prince. Paul Brothers on the Mel Brooks. Bob Riger was second. Tracy Miller was third, and Jeffrey said yes to that. Final call on the auctions. Scott said he'll take the New Edition. John Smetzer says his wife wants Andy Gibb. Sure, we know that's for you. We have Credence, and Credence. Price on the Detroit Blues. Michael Nath, $19.99. This is John Lee Hooker, Eddie Kirkland, Eddie Burns, and Sylvester Cotton. That's a compilation, $19.99. Final call on these auctions, 55 and 35. Yellow River Christie, ZZ Top, Near Mint, Eliminator, $34.99. More Dirty Dancing, Meet the California Raisins, Elvis Moody Blue, The Tams, and Taco. Michael Nass said he'll take Detroit Blues. Can you show the CCR? Yeah, so this is like 3 2-in-1s. It's basically CCR's 6 studio albums in 3 different volumes, $39.99 each. And we have Price on Dirty Dancing. That's actually a 12-inch single promo from the Contours' Do You Love Me? And that's a promo 12-inch single from the it's basically a 12-inch single from the Contours, but it's from More Dirty Dancing, 1999. And the California Raisins, Meet the California Raisins, is 1999. Colin, I will do 110 on Halloween just for you and just tonight only. 110 on Halloween 2. And I will say the vinyl is near mint. That is 110. Craig Johnson's going to pick up the Marvin Gaye. I was thinking somebody would buy that the first time around. A 1984 mint promo copy. That sold to Craig Johnson. Let's go ahead and sell these. Wasp sold less than what I thought it would. That sold for $55 to Troy Chirac. And Ace Frehley is sold to Mike Kennedy. Now, Mike, you never did put a numerical after Ace, but I'm assuming you were good and you were bidding 35 on that. So if you are, then that's sold to Mike Kennedy for 35. Let me see what else is over here in this bin. I'm pulling these out of the next bin. That should tell you how good the next bin is. I think it's check condition titles, but there are some good ones in here. There is another Wasp. I guess I need to flip through this one right quick. Wow. Yeah, this next crate of check condition has some pretty incredible titles in it. Pretty incredible titles. So be on the lookout for these in about 60 seconds whenever I change crates. Yeah, that's a great one. Let's go ahead and put up Wasp. This is Inside the Electric Circus. I don't think I've seen this for a while. This is Wasp, Inside the Electric Circus. This is VG Plus. Why is this VG Plus? It looks awfully nice. It does have some sleeve scuffs here. Yeah, I see some scuffing on side 1. Side 2, though, is very nice. That's the first side I looked at. So, $40 start on Inside the Electric Circus by Wasp. Very nice cover. Has all the gloss. This is pretty much a poster. Or I guess that doubles as the original inner sleeve. So that's a poster / inner sleeve. And that's a $40 start. And we have Paul Brothers on California Raisins. Let me make sure Matthew Chris doesn't want that. Matthew, if you're passing on that, we're going to sell it to Paul Brothers. And we have, was there a Japanese Billy Joe? I can't remember. I'll read off those titles in just a second. Cameron Martin on Taco. Troy's at 40 on Wasp. And Larry Smith, the Marvelettes. We're still selling out of this bin. We go through this one more time, they're all going to be gone. The Marvelettes was $19.99. Greatest Hits. That's a Motown. Very nice copy. $19.99. Should we sell this to Colin Butler for $105? Let me think about it a little longer. I was waiting for somebody else to be like, I'll pay full price. I don't see anybody else too interested right now. Or maybe they're just being nice to Colin. Let's see here. I do have a Japanese pressing of Bon Jovi's self-titled debut album, which is near mint and pristine. It doesn't have an obi, but this is a superb copy. Look how nice. I mean, this is a very nice copy, near mint and pristine Japanese pressing with the insert. And this is a $45 start, Bon Jovi. If you're looking for a nice copy, it's missing that obi. Of course, that obi could cost you a lot of money if you're looking for a nice copy just to listen to. That's a great start. $45 start on that. Okay, Marvelettes. Let's see. Larry Smith said he will take that. And how much is shipping to Texas? We do $7 unlimited shipping. I'll explain that in 1 second. Let's go ahead and sell this to Colin for $105. Colin, that's... Now, next time you're wanting a deal on something, I'll let you win on that deal. So that means I've got to win on the next, like, 5. Okay, let's change crates. Let's change crates. That was our first crate of vintage. Wow, that was eventful. Let's go through another one. We've got 5 more just like that, plus some new vinyl for me to go back through. That was an incredible crate. Okay, so for anybody new watching how our shipping works, we do these sales pretty much every night, and we do an invoicing cycle once a week. It takes a once-a-week cycle to get everything together where we can invoice you. and that's $7 in limited shipping. So pretty much when the new week starts on Monday, you have $7 in limited shipping if you buy something. That includes anything you buy here live, anything you see in our group, like anything in a video. We have a Facebook group. Any pre-orders that come in, any waiting lists that come in, everything that comes in for that week is $7 in limited shipping, which is a fantastic deal. I think that's a good deal for even one record, even if you're buying one for what we go through to pack them and ship them and the materials we use. With that being said, some people take full advantage and they buy 50 LPs and they just ship for $7. So pretty much Monday to Saturday night, it's $7 in limited shipping, as much as you want to buy. That includes anything you buy in our group, here live, anything you pre-order, and maybe one day if I ever list stuff on a website, we'll do that. Speaking of that, I think we sold another warrant today on our website, and we sold another warrant on eBay today. So let me show that record. I sold one of these warrants right here that we have for just $44.99 if anybody's interested. I have one of these available. I have these for $44.99. I sold one on eBay today for $58.99. So just so you know that these are in stock. I have a feeling when these all become unavailable, prices will start to rise on those, because if I'm starting to sell one on eBay for $58.99, that tells me something. So, okay. So, new vintage arrivals. Final call on these auctions. Wasp. We do have a bid from Troy Chirark at $40, and if anybody wants in on the Bon Jovi, $45. That's a mint Japanese pressing. Warren Zevon, recorded live at the Roxy, Stand in the Fire, VG Plus $14.99. These are all check condition, so these are check condition. I will let you know what grade they're in. VG Plus is still a decently nice record. I will tell you the condition, price. They're all first come, first serve. Whoever's first on my phone, which should be the same feed that's embedded on your screen, as you can see. Thomas, David, Scott, that should be mirrored. I go by that. We'll figure out who's first. Thomas Hujar got Warren Zevon. Culture Club, Color by Numbers, a VG copy, $12.99. VG copy, $12.99. Blast from Your Past, Ringo Starr, VG Plus, $17.99. You're 16, photograph, it don't come easy, back off Boogaloo, I'm the greatest. That's VG Plus, $17.99. Gentle Giant, Freehand. The cover's in shrink wrap. The vinyl is VG Plus, $14.99 on Gentle Giant, Freehand. American Hot Wax, original soundtrack album from the Paramount picture, American Hot Wax. That's VG Plus, $14.99. Great soundtrack there for the oldies. Foreigner is a VG copy for $9.99. And Billy Squier, Emotions in Motion, EX, $17.99. Everybody Wants You, EX, $17.99. All right, so David Schroeder bid $45 on Wasp. New bid on that. We have Jeffrey DeLong wants to know the details. This is OG Wasp inside the Electric Circus. VG Plus vinyl. It has I guess an inner sleeve / poster. I've seen some inner sleeves like this. Like the vinyl pretty much lays in there and this folds over it. Unless that's just an insert poster and the inner sleeve is missing. I'm not real for sure. But insert poster. VG Plus vinyl. One side looks near mint minus and a very nice cover. Glossy. No creases, no dents, no cutouts. It's a USOG. High bid on that is $45 now with David Schroeder. Next, Angela Leckington on RS. I'm assuming RS was for Ringo Starr. That's sold to Angela Leckington. Scotty Hops, you were second. David Polkey bid $45 on the Bon Jovi. Brent Robley on AWH. Or AHW. That's American Hot Wax. That's sold to Brent Robley. Troy's at $46 on Bon Jovi, and Ryan Bannon wants Foreigner. Ryan Bannon on Foreigner. That's the inner. So yeah, that is the inner sleeve. So I think Wasp may be complete unless it came with a merchandise insert. Some of those Wasp albums came with a fan club merchandise insert. Excuse me while I take a drink of water. Okay, Wasp is now at 46. So we got bids on both auctions. They're at 46 and 47. Billy Squier is EX on the vinyl, which is very clean. About a VG or VG Plus cover. $17.99 on Billy Squier. We have Johnny Winter, Living in the Blues. EX copy, $17.99. I don't know if I've seen that too often. It's a showcase. Johnny Winter, Living in the Blues, EX, $17.99. Beverly Heisner does take the Billy Squier. Thomas is on first on Johnny Winter. The best of the Bee Gees, earlier Bee Gees tracks, such as I Started a Joke. VG Plus, $14.99. The best of the Bee Gees, VG Plus, $14.99. Cat Stevens' Greatest Hits, VG Plus, $9.99. Cat Stevens. Wild World, Moonshadow, Peace Train, Father and Son, VG Plus, $9.99. Born in the USA, what a very patriotic record for today. Bruce Springsteen, a VG copy, $9.99 with the original inner sleeve. Bruce Springsteen, born in the USA. Billy Joel, The Piano Man, a VG copy, $9.99. This one doesn't have a barcode on the back. I think this may be an earlier, if not first pressing. VG copy, $9.99. All right, we're out on Wasp, but we're out on Bon Jovi. Troy has Wasp for $46, final call. David has Bon Jovi for $47. No, Troy's at $48. Troy has high bids on both of them, $46 and $48, both to Troy Sherrark. We have Ivan Villavenicio first on the Bee Gees, and Dan Benedict first on Bruce Springsteen, The Boss. Motown Greats, interesting. VG Plus, $16.99. 2LP Motown compilation. That is VG Plus, $16.99. And Neil Young, After the Gold Rush, VG Plus, $24.99. A classic. VG Plus, $24.99. Okay, Bon Jovi. Bon Jovi is a self-titled debut LP. It is dead mint. It's a Japanese pressing with no obi. It does have the lyric insert. It doesn't have the obi. And it's at $48 with Troy Sherrark. Troy has high bids on both, $48 and $46. Final call. Joni Mitchell, Shadows and Light. That is live Joni Mitchell. VG Plus, $19.99. 2LP gatefold. Queen's Greatest Hits. VG Plus, $24.99. Another one bites the dust. Queen's Greatest Hits. Mountain Climbing. This is their debut album with Mississippi Queen. VG copy, $9.99. And Blackfoot Flying High. Blackfoot is VG, $9.99. What does it mean when an album doesn't have a barcode? An album doesn't have a barcode, that means there's a good chance it was pressed sometime before around 1978. So most records pre-78 won't have a barcode. No barcode on this. They didn't barcode stuff the UPC system really didn't take full force until the early 80s. So a barcode is a good way to know if you have an earlier pressing. Like there are so many copies of Piano Man that have a barcode right up here, which means they're a reissue from the late 70s or early 80s. When this originally came out in 70, what year? 3, I was about to say 72. 73. So OGs will not have barcodes. Okay, Veronica on Queen. That's Queen's Greatest Hits, sold to Veronica Anderson. And Ian wants the Mountain Climbing. That's sold to Ian. Okay, and Cheech and Chong. VG Plus, $12.99. The cover has some seam splits along the spine. VG Plus, $12.99. Duran Duran Arena. VG Plus, $17.99. Duran Duran Arena. VG Plus, $17.99. Wasp is sold. Let's sell both of these. Wasp is sold to Troy Sherrark for $46, and he also gets the Bon Jovi for $48. I've seen Firehouse vinyl without barcode. Firehouse is extremely bootlegged. I'd say for every 10 copies of Firehouse you see, 9 are bootlegged. So you pretty much have to check the dead wax, plus the cover's a little fuzzy on those. But yeah, that's a very tough original find. So most people are okay with the bootleg, though. We auctioned one off here a couple weeks ago. They're very hard to find. Any of them. Bootlegs, the OGs, and I don't guess that album was ever reissued. Michael got Cheech and Chong, Craig got Duran Duran, and Jeffrey DeLong was second. The Best of Blondie is a VG Plus $19.99. The Best of Blondie, VG Plus $19.99. Some people don't like bootlegs just because they're bootlegs, but actually some of them are quite expensive and pricey and collectible because there's no other way you can get it on vinyl. So some people's like, man, I had to pay $80 for a bootleg, and that's the only way I can get it. And I'm like, well, that's probably why it's $80. That's the only way you can get it is a bootleg. So we have Billy Joe, 52nd Street. Billy Joe, 52nd Street, and this is a $35 start. Billy Joe, 52nd Street. This is near mint and pristine. Big Shot, My Life, all those great songs are on here. That's a $35 start. It includes a Japanese insert. It includes the original inner sleeve, and the cover is very nice. The obi does have a little bit of a fold over. You might could do some surgery to that and get that flattened out. Actually, I'm making it a lot better right now. That is a $35 start for Billy Joe, 52nd Street. And we have Go West. Go West has their hit song, Call Me, I believe. Yeah, Call Me. I think that's it. Near mint and pristine. With obi, $35 start. $35 start on Go West. That is now up for auction. And Ivan gets the best of Blondie. Ivan Villavenicio, you get the Blondie. Did I miss something?
Did you have a Motown?
I did. Did somebody claim Motown? Scott Drum, Motown Greatest. I see that. Scott Drum, I've got you for Motown Greatest. I'm going to put that on top of Ivan's Blondie. Okay, we have a $35 bid on Bon Jovi. And we have The Who. Who's next? A VG copy on the original label, $9.99. $9.99. The Who's next? Frank Zappa. VG Plus $26.99. You Are What You Is. Mr. Zappa is VG Plus $26.99. Funkadelic, it's a VG copy, $29.99 for One Nation Under a Groove. VG copy, $29.99. War, Platinum Jazz. War is an EX copy, $26.99. That's a War compilation. And Willie and Leon, One for the Road. VG Plus $17.99. Final call on Billy Joe for $35, and final call for Go West at $35. Hotels, Motels, and Roadshows Live. This is a compilation with the Allman Brothers. Dixie Dregs, Marshall Tucker Band, Elvin Bishop. That's VG Plus $24.99. And Chuck Berry Twist, VG copy $34.99. Chuck Berry Twist. I don't have any condition or pressing information. Let's take a look at the label. It's on a black chest label. Chuck Berry Twist, VG copy, $34.99. Jeremiah Stachich. Sorry if I just butchered your name, but I've never said that before because I believe you're a first-time buyer. Jeremiah, let me try that again. Stachich. He was here last week. Okay, my bad. You're a returning customer. Never mind. I think that's Jeremiah Stachich. Now that I say that again, I know I'm close. Jeremiah, you got Funkadelic. Thank you and welcome back. Sorry, I didn't recognize your name again. Kelly Bagwell got Hotels. And we have $69.99. This is OG Led Zeppelin. 69 Terre Haute. EX condition. $69.99. EX condition. $69.99. This is an OG 69 Terre Haute. I usually auction these, especially if they're pristine. This probably should be auctioned. It's a really nice jacket. Take a look at those four fellas. Wow. $69.99. Colin Butler first to the Frank Zappa, You Are What You Is. That's so to Colin Butler. And Randy Tabron is getting the Led Zeppelin. Congratulations. I always like selling a copy of Led Zeppelin 1 to somebody because they're about to listen to some great music. Go West. Whoever asked about this, Joe Maynard. This is Go West self-titled. Right here, I can't read Japanese. It says hit single, and all those other letters must say call me. That's a lot of letters for call me. Near mint pristine, $35 start. Billy Joe is sold to Thomas Hujar. We're going to go ahead and wrap that one up. That's sold to Thomas for a $35 final sale price. Can I have The Who? You can absolutely have The Who. Another great album. Man, Bob O'Reilly, Won't Get Fooled Again. And then I like a couple of the deep cuts like Bargain. That is sold to Dan Benedict. Looking for a $35 start on Go West, or I'm going to make it a buy it now. The Monkees, Pisces, Aquarius, Capricorn, and Jones. The vinyl on that one is VG, $9.99. Odetta, Sings of Many Things. The cover's in shrink wrap for a 1964 album to be in shrink wrap. And VG vinyl, $9.99. $9.99. Creedence Clearwater Revival Pendulum VG Plus condition, $22.99. OG label. Price on Willie and Leon. Willie and Leon is VG Plus $17.99. And Led Zeppelin as another OG copy, 71 Richmond Press EX $64.99. Black Dog, Rock and Roll, When the Levee Breaks. Stairway to Heaven, 4 sticks, Going to California, $64.99. No, this is the full album. Sorry, this is the full album. We Close Our Eyes. Yeah, We Close Our Eyes, Don't Look Down, Call Me, Eye to Eye, Haunted, SOS, Goodbye Girl, Innocence, Missing Persons. Yes, that's the full album. Sorry, I wasn't too clear on that one. That's the full album, $35 start. Kelly Bagwell takes the Leon and Willie. Next is Jethro Tull, Living in the Past, with the original hardback cover, which opens up with multi-page book. That is a VG Plus $24.99. The Go-Go's, Vacation, is a VG copy, $9.99. I think that one might have We Got the Beat on it. Let me put up 2 new auctions. Actually, if Go West gets a bid, I'll go ahead and wrap that up pretty fast. What is this? Kim Carnes, We Are the World. Let's do another Toto and a We Are the World in shrink wrap. Those are always quite popular. Let's see. Go-Go's, a Soda John Leal. I highly recommend Jethro Tull. Of course, I recommend all of his being Ian Anderson because I'm a fan, but it's not for everybody. Johnny Cash Silver, VG Plus White Label Promo, $14.99. I still hadn't got Seth and Tanner bought in too much to Jethro Tull. Right, Tanner? Tanner's shaking his head. I can't get them bought into David Bowie either. I'm like, oh my gosh. That's about anything else I've kind of introduced to my friends they've liked, except Jethro Tull and David Bowie, which is kind of surprising to me. David Bowie especially. Any comment, Tanner? Tanner says he has no statements. Okay. He don't like David Bowie. That's okay. I wouldn't say he wouldn't like him. He just not going to listen to him like I do. Shane Devers is first on Johnny Cash. And let's make Go West a buy it now. Go West is a $35 buy it now. Go West is a $35 buy it now. I'm going to lay that right over here. Go West is a $35 buy it now. We have We Are the World is a $25 start. We Are the World is a $25 start. I was about to say this has the wrong LP in it, but it's not. It's We Are the World. I don't know why it looked like it wasn't correct. It is though. Okay, this is a $25 start. Near mint pristine, the vinyl, and that's perfect. It has the original inner sleeve, and this is in shrink wrap. I mean, it looks like it was just open. The shrink wrap is still tied around the top. Perfect with Obi. That's a $25 start. USA for Africa, We Are the World. $25 start. And, of course, a Toto. This is also a $35 start, just like the last one. We had Hydra. This one's Isolation. The vinyl is pristine. It has the insert. And then I like this one because it includes the sticker insert. Look at all the Toto stickers. That'd be a really cool one. You can put that on your turntable. Or you can put the Steve Lukather sticker on the back of your window of your vehicle. Okay, that is a perfect copy. What else is in here? And it includes an insert. So yeah, that one's 100% complete with the stickers. Isolation in shrink wrap. Those are both beautiful copies. $35 start. Let's see. Ziggy Stardust, Jethro Tull. I know. So, Guy Fire Seth. Yeah, that's a good reason to fire him, right? Wow, blue vinyl. I've seen fantasy red vinyl. How about some fantasy blue vinyl? The fabulous Thad Jones, VG Plus $24.99. 1962 blue vinyl. You just never know about these kids, what they're going to get into, right? I know they like Pink Floyd and Led Zeppelin and the Beatles and AC/DC and Black Sabbath and all the 90s grunge and all that, but for some reason Jethro Tull's not clicking with these millennials. They need to put Living in the Past or something on a episode of Stranger Things next season. One Live Badger. This is a VG copy, $9.99. You may have recognized that artwork. Roger Dean. Check that out. Did all the Yes covers. One Live Badger. VG copy, $9.99. Lisa Montgomery on Jones. Fabulous Dad Jones. That's sold to Lisa Montgomery. And Fire Ballet. Night on Bald Mountain. Fire Ballet is VG plus $19.99. Fire Ballet Night on Bald Mountain. That is a VG plus $19.99. Slade is VG plus $14.99. And Cast Your Fate to the Wind, Vince Guaraldi Trio, Jazz Impressions of Black Orpheus, a VG copy from 1963, $19.99. $19.99. Robin Trower, twice removed from yesterday, VG plus $14.99. And Motley Crue, Shout at the Devil, VG plus copy, $39.99. Shout at the Devil, VG plus copy, $39.99. All right, so We Are the World is on a final call. Scott Drum has that for $30. Actually, James Bragg was in first, Scott. James Bragg was in first at $30. So, Scott, you're out, and so is Sherry Martell. So, James Bragg has that for $30. Final call if you want to in on Toto for $35. And Chris Gardner's first on Motley Crue. Chris Gardner's first at Motley Crue. I like Jethro Tull as an influence for my uncle. When we went and seen Ian Anderson at the Ryman, my uncle literally dressed like Ian Anderson with the vest and the hat and everything. And he was like balancing on one leg, pretending like he was playing the flute. Of course, that's my Uncle John for you. So, VG, $14.99. But yeah, I was influenced by Jethro Tull and Emerson, Lake and Palmer literally as a kid. It's like our holidays were sitting around listening to music, as you can tell, while I'm now selling records. So, Ian is first on the Vince Guaraldi. That's sold to Ian. And Jeff McIntosh first on Badger. Jeff McIntosh first on Badger. Scott, you can still bid. James Bragg is at 30, so you can bid again, or you can say you're out, but it's at 30. You got to bid more than 30. I'm trying to figure out what happened here. I got Chris Gardner at Motley Crue. Ian got Vince Guaraldi, and then Jeff McIntosh got Badger. And so, does it have the insert? Let me see Motley Crue, or do I still have it here? Let me see the Motley Crue for Chris Gardner.
Yeah, way up.
Let's see. Oh, he did. He did. My bad, Colin. That's on my screen. So Lisa Montgomery got the Thad Jones. Colin Butler got Badger. Sorry, I was reading all the comments about Bowie and Ian Anderson. And then Chris Gardner, Motley Crue, but that's pending. Ian got Vince Guaraldi. Jeff McIntosh, you were second on Badger. Scott Smith, you would have been third. Scott Drums at 32 on We Are the World. And James Bragg is at 35. So that's now between James Bragg and Scott Drum. Here is what Motley Crue looks like. The cover is probably VG or VG minus. It is a gatefold, and this has the original pentagram inner sleeve. You may want it. It does have the merchandise insert. That is merchandise, isn't it? Yeah, that is merchandise insert. And so, Chris, that's what comes with it. The cover is kind of beat. These covers are usually beat. If we ever have a nice, clean cover at Shout at the Devil, you might be. But also, they removed the pentagram later, didn't they? I think on later versions, they took this off. So let me know if you still want it. That was, and the vinyl was VG Plus. That's $39.99 for Shout at the Devil. If so, that's right there. So, We Are the World is now at 37. We do have a claim for Aerosmith's Greatest Hits. I'm going to put that right there. That is sold to Matthew Christ. That's sold to Matthew Christ. Grateful Dead, Working Man's Dead. This is a 1970 Terre Haute. VG Plus, or excuse me, EX condition, $62.99. $62.99 on the Grateful Dead, Working Man's Dead. That is $62.99. Norman Greenbaum, The Spirit in the Sky, VG Plus, $19.99. I love that sound. I guess that's an electric guitar of some sort when that song comes on. VG Plus, $19.99. Honeysuckle Rose, Willie Nelson and Family, VG Plus, $17.99. And Winds of Change, Eric Burden and the Animals, VG, $9.99. Michael Jackson Thriller is a VG Plus, $24.99. Marvin Gaye, I Want You, VG Plus, $24.99 for Marvin Gaye, I Want You, VG Plus $24.99. So, Aerosmith, we've already pulled that. We Are the World, 37. We Are the World, 41. We Are the World, 45. Wolves Council on NG, which is Norman Greenbaum. Craig, you were second. And we have He's a Rebel, The Crystals. Wow, 1963 mono. It's a VG minus. VG minus, $74.99. I've never had that before. The Crystals on Phillies Records. Crook wrote his name on the label and on the back cover. The cover is also VG or VG minus. And this is the Crystals, He's a Rebel. Including this album, He's Sure the Boy I Love. I never had that one before. That's $74.99, VG minus condition. We also have, I don't know, this is Toxic Holocaust, Primal Future, 2019, $39.99. We went from the Crystals to Toxic Holocaust. Wow, look at that vinyl. This is in shrink wrap with the original inner sleeve. Can I see the Marvin Gaye again? You can. Marvin Gaye, I Want You is about a VG Plus cover, VG Plus vinyl, $24.99, and another hardcore looking record or metal of some sort. This is $14.99, artist Crumb Bums. Crumb Bums, 2018 silver vinyl, punk and metal, $14.99. James Bragg wants Toxic Holocaust. I'm assuming Chris Gardner still wants the Motley Crue. Chris Gardner, I've got you down for the Motley Crue unless you say otherwise. We're going to go ahead and keep your name on that one. And James Bragg got the Toxic Holocaust. Scott's out on We Are the World. James Bragg has that at 51, going twice, going 3 times. Toto is a $35 buy it now if anybody's interested in this, because I'm about to wrap up We Are the World. If anybody wants Toto, it's a $35 buy it now. I'm putting that over here. Only item that has not sold so far tonight on the auction block. Let's see. $35 buy it now on Toto Isolation. James Bragg on Crumb. That's sold to James Bragg. And let's go ahead and sell We Are the World to James Bragg for 51. That's sold to James Bragg. I'll put that in the auction pile. Okay, let's go through some new, or actually, let's go through this crate one more time, and then I'll go straight into the next. Actually, nobody bought Go West yet either, did they? Let me lay that over here. Go West is also still available for a $35 buy it now. $35 buy it now on Go West. That's still available as well. I've got 4 more crates of new vintage arrivals, and I feel like we're just getting started. So I'll go through another crate. Probably won't go through a whole lot of new vinyl tonight. I said we would have new vinyl tonight, but I forgot it was the 4th. So the mail didn't run today. That means we will have a lot for Wednesday night sale. And there's some great stuff coming in this week. Just so you know, if you pre-ordered those other 2 Overkill albums, the other 2 Overkill albums that were due out this week, they have shipped. We're getting our full allocation. We'll have more Overkill this week. The Crystals was $74.99. VG minus condition. He's a Rebel. Here's what's left in here. If you want any prices, let me know. We have Culture Club, Color by Numbers. We have Gentle Giant, Freehand. Cat Stevens' Greatest Hits. Neil Young, After the Gold Rush. Joni Mitchell, Shadows and Light. Blackfoot. Billy Joe, Piano Man. War, Platinum Jazz. The Monkees. Chuck Berry, Twist. Odetta, Sings of Many Things. Creedence, Clearwater. Led Zeppelin 4. Jethro Tull, Living in the Past. Slade, Fire Ballet. Robin Trower. Grateful Dead. Willie Nelson. Eric Burden. Thriller. Marvin Gaye. Thriller featuring Eddie Van Halen and Paul McCartney. Janis Joplin's. I've got to let him release that order, but yes, they're loaded in my cart and they're on the way. Plus that other distributor I was telling y'all about, I've got some great stuff on the way. There's some stuff that I'm going to pretty much have on sale as soon as we get it in, because I told them, I've been talking to them, and I was like, hey, I see some stuff on here. How many of these do you have? And I'm about to post some pre-orders I'm about to post some pre-commitments for some box sets that are probably the cheapest you've ever seen them anywhere. So with that being said, just be on the lookout in the group. But yeah, some incredible deals. Well, there's some really cool records in this bin. I'm flipping through this next bin. I'm like, wow, we might have to put some of these up for auction, like Lead Belly. Wow, look at this. I've seen this before, but I don't think we've ever had it. This is $25 start. I've recognized the cover art. I just think that's incredible cover art. Lead Belly includes legendary performances never before released. This is a $25 start, and this is near mint. Lead Belly. It's in mono on Columbia. $25 start for Lead Belly. That's pristine, cover and vinyl. What else is in here? This next crate is pretty much packed. I mean, there's some really good stuff in here. Here's a Grateful Dead that I haven't had in a long time. I don't know if I'll put it up for auction. I'm also leaving some. I've left at least $100 record in here. I need to check the matrices on that one. I don't know if y'all realize those with booklet. Yep, we got to auction Star Wars for sure. Those RL masterings of Dire Straits Brothers in Arms are very sought after. Okay, have a couple questions. Price on Blackfoot and price on Slade. But yes, the Janis Joplins are due to be arrived this week. All three of them. All three of them. We had a question for Slade. Slade was VG plus condition, $14.99. VG plus condition, $14.99, and Blackfoot. Blackfoot was. Where are you, Blackfoot? That was the one with the airplane. Blackfoot. There it is. Blackfoot Flying High was a VG copy, $9.99. Wolves Council VG, $9.99. Chris Slade VG plus, $14.99. Okay, Lead Belly. So Lead Belly was at $20, $25, $30. Chris Gleason said he'll take it. And he wanted the Slade. That's sold to Chris Gleason. And Wolves Council said sold on Blackfoot. Great. Now, I pulled out a couple records out of this bin. The first is, let's do the Star Wars. Wow, the next bin, the first record's Jeff Healey. So, y'all know a Jeff Healey auction's about to come up. Star Wars, $40 start. The notes on the back says with poster and insert, which it's been a while since I finally can say we have a complete copy. There is the insert, and this is a U.S. pressing. There's the insert with notes and information. And what's really cool is it has the poster, if I can find it. And this is a $40 start. Star Wars, and we finally got one. This is a really cool poster, too, if you've never seen it. Wow. I bought a Star Wars poster collection from somebody one time, and he had one of these framed. And it took me forever to kind of figure out what it was. When I say forever, like 10 minutes. I was like, what is this from? It looks so familiar. And then I realized it was the poster insert from the original soundtrack. So, it also has the insert, or the original inner sleeves and inserts. That's a $40 start. Nice cover, too. Usually shows a lot of wear. That one shows very little wear. Okay, let's see here. Lead Belly's at $33. Star Wars is at $40. New vintage arrivals. Hard Night. Hard Labor, Three Dog Night, $19.99. And this one has the file folder over the cover with the bandage. The original covers are pretty tough to find. That is $19.99. Three Dog Night, Hard Labor. Ron Wood and Ronnie Lane, Mahoney's Last Stand, original soundtrack, has a promo sticker on the front, $19.99. Yellow Epic label, $19.99. Ron Wood. Joe Walsh recorded live, $17.99. Shane Devers, first on Three Dog Night. Tracy, you were second. Willie Nelson with Waylon Jennings, Take It to the Limit, $19.99. Willie and Waylon, $19.99. Willie and Christofferson, $14.99. Willie and Waylon, Willie and Christofferson. Hank Williams Jr., Whiskey Bent and Hellbound, $24.99. Red Electro label, original inner sleeve. The Yardbirds Great Hits, $19.99 on the Yardbirds Great Hits. And Slaughter, wow, a 1990 promo, $74.99. Wow, where did this come from? I didn't even recognize it earlier. Slaughter, Stick It To You. This is a limited edition special vinyl pressing, metal radio only, number 112 of 500. Slaughter, $74.99, a 1990 promo with some kind of press photo. Oh yeah, so that's just a press photo. The vinyl is near mint. It's a promo marked label. Slaughter is $74.99. It's limited special vinyl pressing, metal radio only, number 112 of 500. That's a 1990 promo from Slaughter. Stick It To You, $74.99. Wow, never seen that before. Okay, so Star Wars is at 41. So John Smetzer, you were out. Lisa Montgomery on Willie Nelson. Lisa, there's two. Do you want Willie and Waylon or Willie and Chris? Or do you want both of them? Let me know. John Smetzer is at 45 on Star Wars. Shane Devers, we for sure can go ahead and tag Shane Devers with Hank. Lisa was second and Rodell was third. Lisa wants the Willie and Waylon, so that's sold. So Willie and Chris is still available. Loudon Rainwright the third, unrequited. That's $9.99. And Spotlight on Willie Nelson featuring Bloody Mary Morning, $14.99. All right, Lead Belly is sold to Lisa Montgomery for $33. And here's the sleeve for that. We have Star Wars now at 45 of John Smetzer. Devo, Freedom of Choice, $29.99. Includes the hit song Whip It. Near mint vinyl with the original inner sleeve. Devo, $29.99. Original Folk Blues, Memphis Blues, $19.99. This one has Howlin' Wolf on it, Bobby Bland and Junior Parker, and others. Brian Tyler first on Devo. Star Wars, 47 now, 50. Let's do the Grateful Dead. It's been a while since I've seen a copy of Blues for Allah, which hasn't been repressed in a long time. This is a 1975 pressing. Grateful Dead, Blues for Allah. It has some odd marks in the vinyl, as you'll see. They are non-audible. It's like, it's what I call like acidic marks. It's where the vinyl kind of has a chemical reaction to the wax, to the vinyl. And it usually doesn't affect playback, but just FYI, I mean, it almost looks like it's laser etched. It's pretty odd looking the way the vinyl looks on this. This is a white label, but I think they all look like that. And this is a $55 start. This is the Grateful Dead Blues for Allah. And this is a $55 start. And yeah, here's what's happened. It was stored in one of these right here. These polyline bags. Some of these you might want to be careful with what you store your records in a long time. This is exactly what's happened. This has got some kind of acidic plastic that's had a reaction to the vinyl. See it quite often. So, and that's pretty much irreversible. But it's usually just pretty much appearance though. So, white label was OG. That's what I was thinking. I was about to say, it's not marked promo anyway. So, most of the time those marks, sleeve scuffs, or that I've usually not been able to tell. Of course, if it's scuffed hard enough, then yes. But usually this kind of reaction, it may make like a light noise. But nothing that I've really picked up on. I mean, we sell a lot of records with that acidic. And I usually mention it sometimes if it's heavily noticeable. But it's actually kind of rare. This does have the insert with it. Grateful Dead, Blues for Allah. This is also about a VG cover. $55 start on the Grateful Dead. Okay, and Star Wars is at 55. Michael Nath gets the Memphis and price on Spotlight. This is $14.99. It is on Pickwick. $14.99. $14.99. Okay. Joan Jett, I Love Rock and Roll. $24.99. Joan Jett, I Love Rock and Roll, $24.99. Bob Dylan, Down in the Groove. Bob Dylan is $34.99. Original television soundtrack to Star Trek from the original pilots. This is in shrink wrap, $34.99. $34.99. Bruce Springsteen in shrink wrap with hop sticker. This is $39.99. It's 100% complete. It has both inner sleeves and, oh, hold on, I thought I saw an insert down in there. No insert, but it does have both original inner sleeves. I thought there was an insert in this one when I was looking at it earlier. No insert with this one. That would be a nice, perfect top copy if you have an insert with it. That is $39.99. We have Yngwie Malmsteen's Rising Force, $34.99 for Yngwie, $34.99, near mint vinyl, and Prince, Around the World in a Day, 1985 specialty press, $29.99. Peter Gabriel, Melt. Peter Gabriel is $34.99, and Genesis, Selling England by the Pound, $24.99. John Smetzer, please let me know if you're in or out on Star Wars. John Leal has that for $55. He's the high bidder. Final call. Wolves Council is first to Star Trek. Looks like Paul Brothers was second. Rydell Martin first to P, which is Prince, and John's out on Star Wars. So final call on that, and final call if you want to get a bid in on the Grateful Dead. What a nice looking copy of Journey Captured, 2LP live Journey with the booklet. Definitely near mint, $39.99. Eric Clapton, 461 Ocean Boulevard, very nice. Gatefold, also $34.99. And Journey Escape is $19.99. Journey Escape, $19.99. Original inner sleeve, very clean copy. John, you're first to Journey. Let me know if you want Captured. I have a feeling he wants Captured. Craig Johnson is first to Eric Clapton, and Scott Jokumstaller first to Escape. Let's go ahead and sell Star Wars then. Star Wars is sold to John Leal for $55, and if anybody wants Grateful Dead, it's a $55 buy it now. $55 buy it now on Grateful Dead. Blues for Allah. We have Willie Nelson, Without a Song, $14.99. Ken, both journeys are already sold. Chuck Willis, His Greatest Recordings, $16.99 for Chuck Willis. Rod Stewart, Blondes Have More Fun, $14.99. And Supertramp Crisis, What Crisis? Original inner sleeve, very clean, $19.99. And Supertramp, Breakfast in America, $19.99. Colin Butler, first on Chuck Willis. That's sold to Colin Butler. Lauren Bacall, Woman of the Year. That is $19.99. Let's see what our next auction is going to be. Let me see what we have here with Dire Straits. This is got Master Disc RL. Very clean copy. So this does have the Robert Lugwood mastering. It is near mint. It has the original inner sleeve. It's in shrink wrap. This is a very nice copy. Near mint and shrink wrap with the Matrix C's you want to see. $35 start on that. And we'll go ahead and also put up Jeff Healey, See the Light. This is in VG condition. Jeff Healey's in VG condition. It's in shrink wrap. The vinyl, though, is in VG condition. And let's see here. Yeah, it has some scuffs here and there. VG or VG Plus, we'll start that for $15. Jeff Healey Band, See the Light. $15 start on Jeff Healey Band, See the Light. And Dire Straits is a $35 start. Joan Jett cover condition. Wow, did no one buy Joan Jett or Yngwie? Wow. $24.99. The cover is about VG Plus. Just shows some minor signs, minimum wear. No major damage, just minor shelf wear on that one. Okay, Dire Straits is at $35 and Jeff Healey's at $15. Most of his stuff has never been reissued. Speaking of never being reissued, $99.99. That is $100 minus a penny for Tracy Chapman self-titled Fast Car. That is a beautiful copy with the original inner sleeve. Fast Car is $99.99. Tracy Chapman. Well, it's self-titled. I call it Fast Car. Billy Joe Royal, Cherry Hill Park. Billy Joe Royal is $12.99. And Eric Clapton Slow Hand, $34.99. Eric Clapton Slow Hand, $34.99. Another classic Clapton album. Bruce Springsteen, the live box set. This is $49.99. It's 5 LPs, near mint with the original inner sleeves and the books. That is Bruce Springsteen Live, 75 to 85, $49.99. The Power Station, 33 1/3, $24.99. And Styx, Kilroy Was Here. Styx is $19.99 with the original inner sleeve. So Dire Straits 35, Jeff Healey 15, Thomas Bowman wants TC, which is Tracy Chapman, and Kelly is at 16 on Jeff Healey. So final call on Dire Straits for 35, and final call on Jeff Healey, or going once, going twice on Jeff Healey at 16. Deep Purple, made in Japan, $39.99 for the classic live Deep Purple album. Journey Frontiers, $19.99, another nice looking copy, and The Best of Kansas, $19.99. The Best of Kansas, $19.99. Jeff Healey's now at 17. What's the Dire? This is a near mint OG Dire Straits Brothers in Arms. It does have the RL Dead Wax. It is near mint with the original inner sleeve, and that is at 35 with Craig Johnson going once, going twice. Scott Joachim-Staller, first to Frontiers, which is Journey. Donnie Moore was second. Still have The Best of Kansas. Led Zeppelin Coda, $39.99. It does have a saw mark, has the original inner sleeve. The vinyl is pristine. Coda, Led Zeppelin, $39.99. Dire Straits is now at 38. Brian Tyler first on Kansas. Loretta Lynn, Loretta, $9.99 on Loretta. And the Elvis Presley Birthday Tribute. Never have seen this before. This is $99.99. Targeting Radio to America, $99.99. It's a 1, 2, 3, 4 LP Elvis Presley Birthday Tribute. Dire Straits is now at 45. Jeff Healey's at 18 with Kelly. Brooks, you're out. You can continue the bid, or you can say out. Grand Funk Hits with the poster, $24.99. Locomotion, Some Kind of Wonderful. We're an American band. That's $24.99 for Grand Funk Hits with the poster. And Elvis Sings for Children, $14.99 for Elvis Sings for Children. Let me take a drink of water right quick. I missed my mute button. We got to work on this tonight. Get all that set back up. All right, let me read through these titles one more time. We got 2 auctions up. John Leal, if you're done on Dire Straits, just let me know. Craig's at 45, and they're still bidding on Jeff Healey. This is a VG copy. Nice cover. It's in shrink wrap. The vinyl's VG or VG+. Sherry Darnell wants the Grand Funk Hits. I'm going to read through these titles one more time. Great stuff still left in here. I still have 3 crates of new vintage arrivals to go through, and I've got I got some new vinyl from last night I can go back through, or I'll probably just keep going through the vintage stuff. And then hopefully tomorrow we'll have a whole nother slew of vintage for you as well. Hopefully as much as we can show you. We'll have a lot of new vinyl, and I've got a lot more stuff to show you. Okay, we have Ron Wood and Ronnie Lane's Mahoney's Last Stand. Joe Walsh recorded live. The Yardbird, Great Hits. I can't believe no one's bought this. This is Slaughter. The full album, Stick It To Ya. It's a promo copy, limited to 500 with a promotional photo, $74.99. I'm kind of just surprised this is still here. I would have probably, if I kind of had heads up on that, I probably would have used it in a hot picture, because that's just something we don't see. Limited to 500, 1990, $74.99. Willie Nelson and Christofferson is $14.99. Loud and Rain Ride is $9.99. Final call on Dire Straits. I'm assuming John Leal's out. I'm about to sell that to Craig for $45. Brooks is at $22 on Jeff Healey, and Kelly's out. So final call. Dire Straits is at $45, and Jeff Healey is at $22. Spotlight on Willie Nelson, $14.99. Bob Dylan, Down in the Groove. Bruce Springsteen, shrink wrap and hop sticker. Yngwie Malmsteen is still available. That's kind of a surprise too. Peter Gabriel, Melt. Genesis is still available. Selling England by the Pound. Willie Nelson, Without a Song. Rod Stewart, Supertramp, and Supertramp, the classic Supertramp. Lauren Bacall. Joan Jett, maybe the surprise of the crate. I Love Rock and Roll, $24.99. Billy Joe Royal, Eric Clapton Slow Hand. Bruce Springsteen Live Box Set. Power Station is $24.99. Styx is still available. Do we have Melson or Suffs Up by the Beach Boys? Give me 1 second. Deep Purple, Made in Japan. Led Zeppelin, Coda. Loretta Lynn, Loretta, Elvis Presley Birthday Tribute, and Elvis Sings for Children. How much is Bruce Springsteen, The River? Bruce Springsteen, The River is near mint in shrink wrap. $39.99. What happened to it? $39.99. Yeah, both original inner sleeves. $39.99. I'm not for sure. I've never seen the first one. The first one, the first title. I've never seen that before, and I do not have Surf's Up by the Beach Boys. Let's see. Dan Benedict on The River. He says, oh, that's what he was wanting the title for. He says pass, and Paul Brothers gets the Joan Jett. Let's also go ahead and end these auctions. Dire Straits is sold to Craig Johnson for $45, and Jeff Healey is sold to Brooks Valder for $22. Now, Surf's Up for the Beach Boys, is that the one? There is a Beach Boys album that was recorded but never released, right? Which one is that one? There was a Beach Boys album that was recorded and never released. And then they put it out later, or maybe some of the sessions. I think that's when Brian Wilson was going crazy, or something like that was going on. Okay, let's go through a bin of check condition, because there's some great titles in here. We love our check condition bins. Yeah, this has got some great stuff in it as well. Let's go through this one. Hey, the Dukes of Hazzard. Hey, this is some great stuff here. I need to tell John to, like, when he sees some of these titles, to just, like, he needs to, like, call me. Great stuff here. Dukes of Hazzard. This is VG condition. We had one the other night. Dukes of Hazzard. We had a VG Plus. This is a VG copy of the Dukes of Hazzard soundtrack. Good old boys. VG condition. FYI, it's a pretty heavy check condition record, vinyl and cover. That's a $30 start. $30 start on the Dukes of Hazzard. We had a VG Plus the other night. And check this out. Dolly Parton's debut LP. Wow. A 1967 OG. We have this on VG condition. Wild Honey. No, Wild Honey was released. It was something else right in that era, though. Check this out. Miss Dolly Parton's debut album, Hello, I'm Dolly. An OG 1967 press. The vinyl is about VG. It's around VG. And this is a $100 start. $100 start. Dolly Parton, Hello, I'm Dolly. $100 start on that. Dolly, Hello, I'm Dolly. $100 start. Haven't had that in a long time. That normally always goes into our hot pictures. Let me go through. Those were pulled out of this bin, which is a crate of new check condition stuff. There are some great titles in here. We're about to go through them right now. We do have a bid on Dukes of Hazzard for $30. They later call Smiley Smile. Yeah, Smile, Smiley Smile. That's the one. Yeah, the Beach Boys pretty much recorded an album that was terrible, and they never did release it. I think they had, like, it was one song. It was nothing but like sirens and just noise, and I think a couple of them were tripping, and they never did release any of that. I think Brian Wilson went crazy there for a while. Would you do 65 on the Slaughter? Gavin, I will do 70 on it, and I am just floored it hasn't sold. But I'll do $70 on it if you are interested in that. Let me find that thing again. Yeah, I've just never seen that before. But should have set that aside for one of our metal nights. But yeah, it comes with some kind of promotional photo. It has like Korean letters. It's a US version. It's a US vinyl. Master disc. It says free at last. Master disc. But this here, this promo photo has like Korean markings on it. So But yeah, 70 on that. Okay, final call on Dukes of Hazzard for 30. Dolly's $100 start. Billy Joe, Piano Man, VG copy, $9.99. Billy Joe. Warren Zevon is VG, $14.99. Grease is VG Plus, $14.99. Travolta and Olivia Newton-John. Prince is EX, $34.99. This is a top loader gatefold. Looks like it has the original inner sleeve. $34.99 on that one. Joni Mitchell, Hijara, VG Plus, $14.99. REO Speedwagon, EX, $17.99. And we have Jerry Garcia, also EX, $34.99. This is $34.99. Lou Reed, Rock and Roll Animal, is a VG copy, $14.99. And the Rolling Stones, Let It Bleed, is a VG Plus, $24.99. And this is, I think, worth most of that by itself. It does have the poster with it. That does have the poster. VG Plus, $24.99. Let's go back up to the top here. John Leal is first on the Prince. That's sold to John Leal. Mark Barbosa, Tanner has already pulled that for you. That is the River. That is sold to Mark Barbosa. We're going to sell Gavin Slaughter for $70. I will check on the Radio Birdman. I think I did a deal. The other night we had a guy watching from Canada. He was thinking about it because of shipping, though. I don't know if we reached the deal. I need to check our messages, but I think I sold him that and something else in a bundle deal, but I will check on it. So this is Gavin's for $70. The promo copy of Slaughter, limited to 500, number 1112. Really surprised. Well, I should have put it up for auction, but it's sold to Gavin. Thank you. That's sold to Gavin for $70. Does REO have the inner sleeve? This is Wheels Are Turning. It does have the original inner sleeve, Mr. Smetzer. EX condition, $17.99. James Bragg, you are second on Prince, and Sean Fairweather on LR. LR was... What was LR? Is that something I've already pulled? REO Speedwagon, the Rolling Stones. Lou Reed, right here in front of me. That's sold to Sean Fairweather. Stones, you're pressed. Well, I think just some of the early, if not first pressing, especially with the center sleeve, this should be OG. I don't have any other information on it. It says XZAL-9363-2. Best Way is in the dead wax. 11-11-69. Is that 11-11-69? Such a great album. Does have the poster. VG Plus condition, $24.99. So John said REO sold. That's sold to John Smetzer. Sean, I've got Lou Reed pulled for you. And Harry Miller Jr. wants the Warren Zevon. That is sold to Harry Miller Jr. Sean Fairweather wants Grease, the original soundtrack. Let's see. Dukes of Hazzard is sold to Francis Drennan for $30. That's sold to Francis Drennan for $30. If anybody wants Dolly, it is $100. I should have took that up to Sevierville with me and walked down the streets and held that up in the sky. Or held up in the air and been like, Dolly's first record, $500. And people would have started tackling me. $100 for that. Next Play Records says, I'll take it. This is sold to Next Play Records, which is Rolling Stones' Let It Bleed. Sean Jones was second on it. We still got Garcia, Joni Mitchell, and Billy Joe. Mom back said he had it. I still got it. I'll definitely take it too. Okay, I will check on that then. I will check on that.
Paul didn't know. We pulled it.
Oh.
Said, yeah, we'll sell
okay. Okay. I will check on that then. Paul has evidently pulled it, and it's somewhere around here. Gavin, if we still have that, then I guess it is yours, and I will find it. So we have Bruce Springsteen, Born to Run, VG Plus $14.99. VG Plus $14.99, Born to Run. Bob Dylan, Slow Train Coming is EX $32.99. And Mott the Hoople, Rock and Roll Queen, also EX $17.99. I commented before it sold. Oh, well, was this? Did you bid on this? Craig, what's going on here? Let's see. I commented before it sold. What's the Dukes at? Oh, you may have. If you did, I can bring that back. I didn't notice that. We had a question on the Dukes of Hazzard. I'm sure that was on there because I pulled the Stones before that. The Dukes of Hazzard is in VG condition, VG cover, and like I said, this is a pretty heavy check condition. It may be flirting with VG minus on the vinyl and the cover. It was at $30, and I will give that a few more moments if you want to build, if you want to bid. But I did not. I guess I didn't see it. I'm sure it was on there because we were still pulling those Grease and Warren Zevon records. I'm going to go through the non-bids one more time. Hello, I'm Dolly. That is $100. Blues for Allah, The Grateful Dead, EX condition. That is a $55 buy it now. So $55 buy it now. So Grateful Dead and Dolly, so $155 on those. Go West is a $35 buy it now. Toto's a $35 buy it now. And there's a random warrant. I've got plenty of those if anybody wants them for $44.99. So, yeah, that's so far the only thing in our non-so pal. 2 Japanese pressings, Go West and Toto, 35 and 35. Grateful Dead and Dolly, 55 and 100 on Dolly. And Craig, I guess if you are passing on that, I am going to leave Francis's name on that still at 30. And I will try to watch the comments a little closer. Sometimes I miss stuff. I got more Japanese pressings. Let me go ahead and pull those now. I was about to say, I think this is Earth, Wind, and Fire. It is, and I don't know if I've had this one in a while, Electric Universe, Earth, Wind, and Fire. This is mint in shrink wrap for a $35 start. So here's our next Japanese auctions. Electric Universe, Earth, Wind, and Fire. It has this Japanese insert. It has that Japanese insert. It also has a solicitation form. The cover is a gatefold that's in shrink wrap with Obi, and that's a $35 start. Earth, Wind, and Fire, Electric Universe, $35 start. Spyro Gyra is called, what's this one, Carnival? Yeah, Carnival or Carnival. That is a $15 start for Spyro Gyra. Japanese pressing, $15 start. There's the insert, perfect cover of Obi, top copy. Grateful Dead is a $55 buy it now. $55 buy it now. I was thinking it would bring more, but it's a $55 buy it now. ELO, a new world record. VG copy, $9.99. Tighten Up, Benny Gordon and the Soul Brothers. From 1968, VG Plus, $74.99. The Hot Biscuit Disc Company. Tighten Up, Benny Gordon and the Soul Brothers. It is, got a promo there. This looks like a Capitol, manufactured by Capitol Records. It is. That is VG Plus, $74.99. I was about to say, it's in a Capitol jacket. VG Plus, $74.99. Yellow Submarine is OG, 1969 Santa Maria. VG copy, $24.99. Been looking for a US copy of that. VG condition, just $24.99 on Yellow Submarine. Blues from Big Bill's Copacabana, recorded live. VG Plus 14. Wow, check this out. Buddy Guy, Muddy Waters, Howlin' Wolf, Sonny Boy Williamson, and Willie Dixon. VG Plus $14.99. Naz is on red vinyl, OG SGC label, EX condition, $37.99. Scotty Hops, first on the Beatles, and Lisa Montgomery, first on the Blues. Final call to get in bids on these before I make them buy it now. So I'm looking for $35 and $15 starts. Another Led Zeppelin 4. This is a 75 PRC press, VG Plus condition, $39.99. VG Plus, $39.99. Killer on the Rampage, Eddie Grant. This has his hit song, Electric Avenue. VG Plus, $17.99. Craig is at $15 on Spyro Gyra. Check it out. It's Grand Funk, E Pluberous Funk, EX condition, $39.99. E Pluberous Funk, EX condition, $39.99. Grand Funk, we're an American band. That is on the yellow vinyl or gold vinyl. VG Plus, $27.99. Talking Heads, Speaking in Tongues, is a VG Plus, $34.99. Styx, Miracles. Styx is VG Plus VG Plus $17.99. And Joe Walsh, But Seriously Folks, is VG Plus $12.99. Does have some cover damage. That is VG Plus $12.99. Spyro Gyra is sold to Craig Johnson for $15. If anybody wants the Earth, Wind, and Fire, it is near mint and pristine in shrink wrap. Earth, Wind, and Fire is a $35 buy it now. First come, first serve on that one. We had a couple wars on some Earth, Wind, and Fires the other night. I don't think I've had that one. Electric Universe, $35 start on that. Okay, here's what's left in this crate. We have Billy Joe Piano Man. We have Joni Mitchell Hijara, Garcia, Bruce Springsteen, Bob Dylan, Slow Train Coming, Mott the Hoople, ELO, A New World Record, Tighten Up, Benny Gordon, The Soul Brothers, Nas, Led Zeppelin 4, Killer on the Rampage, E Pluribus, E Pluribus Funk. Mel says pluribus. That doesn't sound right to me. I'm going to throw my challenge for flag. Tillman Smoot on Styx. Let's see, that is Styx Miracles. That's sold to Tillman Smoot. And Scotty Hops wants Electric Light Orchestra. Scotty Hops on ELO. And that was up front here, wasn't it? I think I just passed it. A New World Record. That's sold to Scotty Hops and Jeffrey DeLong on Eddie Grant. There's E Pluribus Funk, Grand Funk. And Grand Funk were an American band. Talking Heads, Speaking in Tongues, and Joe Walsh. But seriously, folks. Speaking in Tongues, first pressing. This is a VG Plus $34.99 original inner sleeve, and it certainly looks like it. I can't confirm it though. W1-23883B-1C. W1-23883 on the label. Okay, anybody else? I've got more new vintage arrivals to go through and more Japanese pressings as well. And I'm going to condense this with the other over here. I knew you want some of that Springsteen for $15. I will sell that to you for $12, Dan Benedict, if you want it. I'll sell that to you for $12. E Pluribus Funk. E Pluribus Funk. Do you still have Yardbird's Great Hits? I do. That is still available. Okay, what's next over here? Let's see. We have, this looks like another great crate. This is EX Plus Near Mint Minus stuff, it looks like. Let's go through these. Let me see what's behind it. There's another crate over here too. Some great looking stuff in there. And behind it is also, yeah, they look about equally as good. Is this one check condition? This one's check condition as well. Let's go through the check condition stuff first. Let me flip through the titles right quick. Yeah, let's go through the check condition stuff first. Yeah, great looking titles as usual. Okay, let's go through the check condition. So I've got 2 crates of vintage stuff left. Let's see here. Yardbird's Great Hits. So John Miller said he'll take that. I think that was in this bin here. It is. That's sold to John Miller. Yardbird's Great Hits. Talking Heads 30, Luke Mitchell. That's sold to Luke Mitchell for $30. We're going to sell Lisa the Dolly for $90. That's sold to Lisa. Thank you. That's sold to Lisa for $90. And what else was asked about? Dan Benedict. Also this, Tanner. Springsteen, $12 to Dan Benedict. All right, new vintage check condition. Let's see what we have in here. New vintage check condition. We have Bad Company, Run with the Pack. VG Plus, $14.99. Bad Company, Run with the Pack. Eric Clapton, Just One Night, is VG Plus, $24.99. Jimmy Buffett, A1A, VG Plus, $14.99. Shane Devers, first to Bad Company. That's sold to Shane Devers. Queen, News of the World, a VG copy, $14.99. Gimme Back My Bullets, Leonard Skinner, VG Plus, $24.99. Gimme Back My Bullets. Blues Magoos, Electric, comic book. VG condition, $19.99. No comic book. VG, $19.99 on Blues Magoos. Eddie and the Cruiser soundtrack, VG Plus, $14.99. And Queen's Greatest Hits. We had a VG Plus earlier. That one's VG, $14.99. VG, $14.99. Let's see what we have in our next Japanese bin. We have Kim Carnes, Mistaken Identity, and The Buster Live. I don't know much about The Buster. The Buster Live. These are going to be $15 starts. Kim Carnes' Mistaken Identity, which has the hit song Betty Davis Eyes. It says a high-speed master super sound. And Buster Live, that's a $15 start on those. Burt Jordan first to Eddie and the Cruisers. John Duran was second. Scott Drum was third. Frampton Comes Alive, VG Plus, 1999. James Taylor's Greatest Hits, EX, $24.99. Pretty clean vinyl. The cover has some staining on it. EX, $24.99. The Doors, Classics. Covers and shrink wrap. Vinyl is VG Plus. The Doors, Classics. VG Plus, $24.99. The Four Tops, Main Street People. The Four Tops is EX, $12.99. Jimi Hendrix, Stone Free. Jimi Hendrix is VG Plus, $19.99. Sherry Darnell, first on The Doors. Ryan Anderson was second. The Best of the Grateful Dead, Skeletons in the Closets, VG, $19.99. The Romantics, In Heat. The vinyl is VG, $9.99. It does have the hop sticker on it. Talking in Your Sleep, VG, $9.99. Jake Cecil, first on Jimi Hendrix. Becky Lerner, You Were second. We have Get the Knack, VG Plus, $14.99. And The Best of Blondie, VG Plus, $34.99. The Best of Blondie. John Smetzer on The Romantics. Scott Drum, first on Frampton Comes Alive. Johnny Silva on Queen's Greatest Hits. And Johnny, I think you asked earlier about shipping information, so you might be a first-time buyer. If so, thank you and welcome. Make sure you message our page, which is this Facebook page, Collect Code, with your email address and your mailing address. We invoice once a week on Sundays and Mondays. Most of them go out on Mondays now, and Monday also starts a new $7 shipping cycle. So thank you and welcome. We're going to be doing this some more tonight, then tomorrow and Thursday and Friday, and we're going to be doing it all year, and hopefully many more years. Bob Dylan, Self-Portrait, is VG Plus, $34.99. This is, I don't know, it's called County Line Southern Pacific. It's from 1990, EX condition, $19.99. County Line Southern Pacific, EX, $19.99. Heartbeat City, The Cars, VG, $16.99. Okay, I'm going to make these buy it nows. If anybody wants Kim Carnes or Buster Live, that is a $15 buy it now on those. And the Cars self-titled debut, VG copy, $14.99 on the Cars self-titled debut. Bad Company, VG copy, $9.99. Steve Miller Band, Book of Dreams, EX, $17.99. Bruce Springsteen, The River, that is EX, $27.99. Larry Smith is going to take the Kim Carnes. That was a $15 buy it now. I'll put that right there on top of Spyro Gyra. Mott the Hoople is EX, $17.99. Mott the Hoople Live. Aretha Franklin, Aretha Now, VG Plus condition, $19.99 on Aretha Franklin, Aretha Now. Next two Japanese pressings are Supertramp and REO Speedwagon. These are near mint and pristine. I don't know if I've had this one before, and check out the obi. The obi kind of blends right in with the artwork. Famous Last Words, Supertramp, near mint and pristine, $45 start. I don't think I've had this. Now, there'll probably be somebody say, Chad, I bought one of those from you last week. But I don't think I've just never seen that one too often. $45 start on Supertramp. And REO Speedwagon, Wheels Are Turning. This is near mint and pristine Japanese vinyl. Perfect copy with insert, shrink wrap, and obi. And that's a $35 start. REO Speedwagon, Wheels Are Turning. $35 start on that. Men at Work Cargo is a VG Plus, $17.99. Gordon Lightfoot, Old Dan's Records. That's VG Plus, $14.99. Gordon Lightfoot, Sundown, EX, $17.99. Great album, Sundown. Steely Dan, Aja. This is a Portuguese pressing. VG Plus, $24.99. Aja, VG Plus, $24.99. Check out that label. VG Plus, $24.99. George Delisle on Aretha Franklin. That's sold to George Delisle. Craig Johnson wants Gordon Lightfoot, Sundown. Looking for $35 and $45 starts on those. Chris, you're second on Sundown. Doobie Brothers Minute by Minute is VG Plus, $9.99. And Bob and Doug McKenzie. This is VG, $9.99. Featuring Geddy Lee. Great White North, Bob and Doug McKenzie. VG copy, $9.99. Steve Miller Band, Fly Like an Eagle. That's a VG Plus $14.99. And the Rolling Stone Suckin' in the 70s, VG Plus $24.99. A Supertramp Live. No, I'm almost positive Supertramp is a original studio album. That is an original studio album. So that's a $45 start on that, $35 on REO Speedwagon. Final call. Jesse Hood, first on Bob and Doug. That's sold to Jesse Hood. The Best of the Doors, VG Plus $9.99 in shrink wrap. Meatloaf, Bat Out of Hell, VG $14.99. Meatloaf, Bat Out of Hell, VG $14.99. Joni Mitchell's Court and Spark is a VG copy, $9.99. Foreigner, Double Vision, VG Plus $14.99 for Foreigner's Double Vision, VG Plus $14.99. Brooks Vaughter, first on Meatloaf. Craig Weatherford, first on the Doobies. I'm assuming that was Best Of. Let me know if that's right, Craig, or wrong. And John Duran, you were second on Meatloaf. If anybody wants the REO Speedwagon, it's a $35 buy it now. Wheels are turning. $35 buy it now on REO Speedwagon. Wheels are turning. Craig said that was yes, correct for that one. And Supertramp, if anybody is interested in this, it's a $45 buy it now. Famous last words. $45 buy it now on Supertramp. That is a pristine copy. Japanese press. $45 on Supertramp. Okay. Back to the check condition bin. ABBA's Greatest Hits Volume 2, VG Plus $14.99. Asia Self-Titled is VG $9.99. John Kay and the Sparrow, that is a VG copy, $9.99. Original Columbia 2i. And Spooky Tooth, You Broke My Heart, So I Busted Your Jaw, EX condition, $19.99. Here's what's left in here. I'm going to read the titles one more time, and then I've got another crate of new vintage arrivals to show you. I'll put up 2 new Japanese auctions in just a moment. Eric Clapton, Just One Night. If you want any prices, please let me know. Jimmy Buffett, A1A. Queen, News of the World. Leonard Skinner, Give Me Back My Bullets. Blues Magoos. James Taylor's Greatest Hits. The Four Tops, The Best of the Grateful Dead. Get the Knack. The Best of Blondie. Bob Dylan's Self-Portrait. The Cars Heartbeat City. Southern Pacific. Also the Cars Self-Titled debut. Bad Company, the vinyl is VG. The cover is about VG Plus. It does have the original on her sleeve, and that is $9.99, Tanner. $9.99. That's Tanner Teagarden, not Tanner Hackett. Tanner Teagarden. I said I said Tanner, and Tanner's head popped up. Make sure he's on your feet, Tanner. He wasn't. He was sitting down. I bet Tanner Teagarden's sitting down too. Steve Miller Band, Book of Dreams, Bruce Springsteen, The River, Mott the Hoople Live, Men at Work Cargo, Gordon Lightfoot, Old Dan's Records, Steely Dan, Aja, The Doobie Brothers, Steve Miller Band, The Rolling Stones, Joni Mitchell, Foreigner, ABBA, Asia, John Kay, and Spooky Tooth. Let's go through another bin of never shown, never shopped, new vintage arrivals, and these are EX Plus to Near Mint Minus titles. The next 2 Japanese pressings are Steve Miller Band Italian X-Rays. Steve Miller Band Italian X-Rays, Near Mint and Pristine, $35 start. Don't see that title too often. And ABBA's Greatest Hits Volume 2, Near Mint and Pristine, $35 start. Let me grab the next crate of new vintage arrivals. New vintage arrivals. Never shopped, never put out. And how much is the Dead? The very best of the Grateful Dead, Skeletons in the Closet, was a VG copy for $19.99. VG copy for $19.99. All right, new vintage arrivals. The Link Ray Rumble, $39.99. The Link Ray Rumble, $39.99. Red Polydor, very clean record, $39.99. The Next of Kin, Greg Kihn, $12.99. Bob Dylan, A Rare Batch of Little White Wonder, Volume 1, $34.99 for Dylan. Bob Dylan, A Rare Batch of Little White Wonder, Volume 2, also $34.99. We have Southside Johnny, Live, $19.99. Southside Johnny. Stephen Forbert, Streets of This Town, $9.99. And Ohio Express Mercy, $9.99. Chris Wood Sr. said he will take the Best of the Grateful Dead. Scott Drum also asked. It is now sold to Chris Wood Sr. The Best of Charlie Rich, $9.99. Music Country. This is a compilation, also with Johnny Cash, Charlie Rich, Roy Clark, $9.99. Harry Belafonte, Calypso, $9.99. That is a mono pressing. Harry Belafonte Calypso, $9.99. Heart Magazine, this is the original picture disc, $34.99. Heart Magazine, $34.99. Freddy's Dead Backstabbers, MFSB, Shrink Wrap and Hop Sticker, Philadelphia Sound, that is $14.99. $14.99 on that one. If I can get it back into its original inner sleeve. Scott Drum says, Harry, that's Harry Belafonte. So does Scott Drum. Gene Cotton, live at Tennessee Tech. Wow, $24.99. Gene Cotton, live at Tennessee Tech. I went to school there. And this is, look, he's wearing a Tennessee Tech shirt. That's $24.99. That's a box set, too. Gene Cotton. Neil Young, Comes a Time, $34.99. Neil Young, Comes a Time. And Neil Young and Crazy Horse, Russ Never Sleeps, $34.99. Jimmy Page of the Yardbirds has played at Tennessee Tech University with the Yardbirds in around, I guess that would be 1968. Jimmy Page has set foot in Mem Gym. The lead guitarist of Led Zeppelin. If I just had a time machine. I actually know somebody that caught him when he was leaving backstage. And he didn't think too highly of Cookville. So, there you go. Nick Lowe, Labor of Lust. This is $19.99. Nick Lowe, Labor of Lust. I think he said something like, I'll never be back or something like that. I don't think they had a good experience in Cookville at Tennessee Tech. This is $29.99. John Lennon, Plastic Ono Band, $29.99. John Lennon Plastic Ono Band. Kenny Rogers' Greatest Hits is $9.99. The Gambler, that's his greatest hits. Linda Ronstadt's Greatest Hits is $9.99. And Dolly Parton, The Seeker We Used To. Don't see this one too often. Gold stamp promo, $29.99. Dolly Parton, The Seeker We Used To. Tan RCA label, very cool. Dolly, The Fifth Dimension's Greatest Hits. That's a German pressing, $19.99. Lisa's first on Dolly. If Lisa Montgomery's watching, you better watch out because there's not going to be many Dolly records left. Michael Jackson, Off the Wall, $34.99. An OG, very clean copy of Michael Jackson, Off the Wall. Willie Nelson, Redheaded Stranger, $24.99. Highly requested. Redheaded Stranger, $24.99. Hank Williams Jr.'s Greatest Hits, Volume 2, $24.99. John Cougar, Nothing Matters and What If It Did, $19.99 for John Cougar. And Eric Burden's Greatest Hits. First track is House of the Rising Sun. That's a Holland pressing, $19.99. Shane Deaver's first on Hank. That was Greatest Hits Volume 2. Lisa was second. And Tom Petty, You're Gonna Get It. A 1979 Pinckneyville press. Well, this feels awfully heavy. The wax on this feels like it's 200 gram. $34.99 on Tom Petty, You're Gonna Get It. All right. These are Buy It Nows. Steve Miller Band and ABBA. $35 Buy It Nows on those if anybody's interested. We have Steve Winwood, Roll With It. That is $19.99. Steve Winwood, Roll With It. And Orleans 2, featuring their hit song Dance With Me, $9.99. What's Tennessee Tech's mascot? That is the Golden Eagles. The Golden Eagles. Sweet, $29.99 off the record. Sweet is $29.99 off the record with the original inner sleeve. Huey Lewis and the News Sports is $19.99. Tommy Flowers first on Orleans 2. That's sold to Tommy Flowers. Donna Summer, $9.99 for Donna Summer. And The Fifth Dimension, Soul and Inspiration in shrink wrap includes the great single Harlem, $14.99. MFSB, Universal Love. I don't know if I've seen that one too often in their discography. $12.99. And Winwood, Don't You Know What the Night Can Do? Is this a 12-inch single? I was about to say, yeah, I've never seen that. $9.99. Steve Winwood. Cheap Trick, Heaven Tonight, a white label promo. White label promo of Heaven Tonight. It says advanced copy. Cheap Trick, Heaven Tonight, $24.99. Wings Over America is a triple LP live Paul McCartney and Wings, $39.99. $24.99. What's next in our Japanese bin? We have Hall & Oates and Culture Club, color by numbers. These are, Culture Club is a $35 start, color by numbers, near mint and pristine, with obi and inserts, $35 start on that. And Hall & Oates is a VG Plus on the vinyl, and it does have a loose obi, meaning it's not ripped or detached, it's just, it doesn't go on the cover too well. You might have to really work with that one. That is going to be just a $20 start. So Hall & Oates is a $20 start, and Culture Club is a $35 start. John Leal first on Cheap Trick. John Young second. Brian C. was third. The best of Dolly Parton gatefold, and this is $24.99. The best of Dolly Parton with that tan RCA sleeve or label. Back to the Bar Rooms, Merle Haggard, $14.99 for Merle. Captain and Tennille, Love Will Keep Us Together, $9.99. Burt Jordan first on Dolly. That's sold to Burt Jordan. We have Status Quo, Hello. Status Quo is in shrink wrap, $19.99. That's on the Vertigo label. Gideon Whedon first on Merle Haggard. Now, Gideon, are you a first-time buyer or have you bought from us before? Let me know, because if you're a first-time buyer, I'll give you some instructions. That's sold to Gideon. Blondie, Auto American in shrink wrap with the original inner sleeve. $24.99 for Blondie, Auto American. And this next one is awfully heavy. Neil Young Decade, $44.99. That's because it's triple LP. I bought for. I was about to say, I think I had said your name before. So welcome back. I've got you down for Merle Haggard. And the Cars, Shake It Up. This is a Mexico pressing. This is a Mexico pressing, $24.99. Pressed in Mexico, $24.99. All right, if anybody wants Culture Club, it's a $35 buy it now. If anybody wants Hall & Oates H2O, it's a $20 buy it now. Those are all available. Let me read through these titles one more time. Some really good stuff in here. I'm going to read through these one more time. And if you need any prices or additional information, let me know. I'm knocking out the Japanese stuff really quick. Very quick. Let's see. I've got a couple things here. Are these U.S. pressings? If they are, I might show some stuff as buy it nows. Let me figure out what Seth has done here. I think this is a U.S. pressing. Yeah, this is one of these U.S. pressings that was imported from Japan or imported to Japan, and now we've imported it back to the United States. This is an unbelievably, I mean, yeah, it looks like a Japanese pressing just based on the quality and condition. This is $29.99, business as usual, a perfect copy in shrink wrap with obi. Let me make sure this isn't Japanese. No, this is a U.S. press. It has the insert. It has the original inner sleeve. Yeah, I mean, it looks like it's brand new. Shrink wrap and hop sticker, minute work, business as usual. That is $29.99. And let me figure out what's going on with this copy of Lodger here. I don't have any notes on it. Lodger looks like a German pressing, and I believe this came from one of our Japanese dealers. It's a very clean copy. It has some sleeve scuffs up here. Let's run this for auction. David Bowie Lodger is a $25 start. So this is a German pressing of Lodger. German pressing of Lodger. Near mint, we've got this, I believe, from Japan, and that's a $25 start. Let's go through these titles one more time. The Link Ray Rumble, the Greg Ken Band, Next of Kin, Bob Dylan, Southside Johnny Live, Stephen Forbert, Ohio Express, Mercy, The Best of Charlie Rich, Country Music, Heart Magazine, MFSB, Gene Cotton live at Tennessee Tech, Neil Young, Nick Lowe, Neil Young and Crazy Horse live, John Lennon, Kenny Rogers, Linda Ronstadt's Greatest Hits, The Fifth Dimension, Michael Jackson still available, Off the Wall, Willie Nelson still available, John Cougar, Eric Burden's Greatest Hits, Tom Petty still available, so is Steve Winwood and Sweet and Huey Lewis Sports. Maybe the biggest surprise, Huey Lewis, Donna Summer, Fifth Dimension, MFSB, Steve Winwood, Wings Over America, Captain and Tennille, Status Quo, Blondie is still available, Near Mint Shrink Wrap, and The Cars and Neil Young Decade. Craig wants MJ, which is Michael Jackson, and he wants Eric Burden, EB, Greatest Hits. Two good pickups there. A couple are chipping away now, and there's still several things in there. still left to be claimed. Okay, here's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to get the flip video pulled up from I posted earlier. I'm going to remind everybody of a few things. Joe Zanelli wants MFSB Universal Love. That's so did Joe Zanelli. If anybody else wants anything, this crate is literally right behind me. So don't think that they're not still available. They are right behind me. Right, Tanner? Right behind me. Okay, let's see here. Let me close some stuff out so I can pull this up. And let me find this right here. Okay. Let me grab this crate right here. I'm going to have to move some stuff. Let me move this. So many great records just casually laying around everywhere over here. All right, we're going to tag some stuff. You may be wondering where I'm getting these claims from. This is where I posted a flip video, but this is some great new vinyl. I'm going to show it now. And then I'm going to show probably some more vintage, maybe from the other night in case you missed some. But I'm going to go ahead and tag these now so we don't accidentally sell something that's already been claimed in the group. And let me go ahead and find some of these. Let me make sure this is the right crate. This is some of them. I think the other ones are somewhere else. That's part of them. I guess most of them's over here in this green crate. Let me go grab that right quick. Give me 1 second on that, because I think some copies I only had one of. And I definitely wanted to show some of these one more time. So let me do that right now. Get these over here where I can flip through them. Okay, let's see. Okay, first we got Tana Gina Charles on STP Live. I have more of these if anybody wants one. Stone Temple Pilots Unplugged. That's from MTV, their MTV show in 1993. That is on colored vinyl. STP Live. That's $24.99. That's so did Gina Charles. Eddie Pasir wants a Dwight Yoakam Live. I have more of these if anybody else wants one. This is Eddie Pasir's. This is live from Austin, Texas, the Austin City Limits show. 2LP Dwight Yoakam Live. That's sold to Eddie Pasir. Wyatt Akins wants both Oingo Boingos. That gives me a time to show both of those right now. These are both in stock. They're very limited pressings, and when they're gone, they're for sure gone. We realized that about a year ago. It's been a year since they've pressed these. They've done another limited edition on a different color. So that was limited to 500. This one was limited to 500, same as the last time. These are 20. This one's Good for Your Soul, limited to 500 on deep red and white. And this one is Nothing to Fear, clear and metallic green. Wyatt Akins got a copy of both of those. Stacy Brown on the Dazed and Confused soundtrack. If anybody else wants one of these, this is Dazed and Confused on purple vinyl. 2LP, Alice Cooper, Black Sabbath, ZZ Top, Kiss, and Leonard Skinner. That is sold to Stacy Brown. And then Jerry Stone, as I figured he would, he's going to get one each of all of the Eric Claptons. And this is, I'm going to show these again. This is Eric Clapton. This is called 24 Nights, and it's out as a box set, but they've also split it up into individual releases. You have Eric Clapton Orchestral, Eric Clapton Rock, and Eric Clapton Blues. And Jerry Stone wants one each of all those. So those are also to Jerry Stone. Jerry Stone also commented to Dwight Yoakam, but I'm not for sure which one that was for. There's an Austin City Limits, and there's another one. I'll figure that one out. And Oingo Boingo, Nothing to Fear. I'll check on that. Chris Kirkley also wants all three Eric Claptons. I think I've only got, we'll tag him for this. And Tanner, let's make a note. We'll give this to Chris Kirkley and that one to Chris Kirkley. We need to give those, we need to order him a blues. Eric Clapton 24 Nights Blues. Because I'm now short because we sold somebody a copy of blues individually. And so that's why we're short. So that's Chris Kirkley, and we'll put him on a waiting list for Eric Clapton Blues. So I got to figure out which one Jerry Stone wants. And now back to the normal scheduled programming. I just want to go ahead and tag those in case I didn't want to oversell something. You got a second Dazed and Confused. I've already ordered more. So John Duran, I can put your name down for one. I can't physically put your name on one live right now, but I for sure have more on the way. And James Bragg wants Good for Your Soul, Oingo Boingo. So let's tag that for James Bragg. And John Duran, just let me know if you want a Dazed and Confused. I already have more on the way because some of that stuff that I knew already sold in the group, I've went ahead and tagged it. So Put down John Duran, a waiting list for Dazed and Confused, 2 LP. All right, let's go through this crate of new vinyl. Kelly Gabney wants Oingo Boingo. These will eventually sell out. I may try to go in there tonight and try to lock in more. But like I said, these really went up after they went out of print last year because they literally did 500. Now, there is a loophole with this limited edition stuff. They may press 500 on one color, but that doesn't mean they're going to press 500 on another color. And that also doesn't mean if they keep selling them, they're just going to keep pressing them on black vinyl. But the colored always seems to hold their value if they're going to press it later on black vinyl. So let's see what we have left in here. Genesis. This is the half-speed master of Invisible Touch. Probably if I had to pick a favorite Genesis album, it would be this one. $29.99. Some of these songs on the B-side are awesome. Domino. And they're pretty much, well, the Brazilians and instrumental. But it also has some great hits like In Too Deep and Land of Confusion and Tonight. That's a half-speed master, $29.99. I skipped over this Avenged 7-fold because it has a light seam crackle. If I don't sell it probably by the night, I'm going to send that back. But most people are okay with that, so they don't miss out on it. That's Avenged 7-fold Nightmare on blue vinyl. 10. Oh, my bad. I may have misread that, John Duran. You got the second, Dazed and Confused. Okay. No, I only have volume 1, John Duran. My bad. I've only got that one that I just sold. I do not have volume 2. I may have misunderstood you there. Jim Croce, Don't Mess Around with Jim, $33.99. Gold vinyl, 50th anniversary, $33.99 on You Don't Mess Around with Jim. And Whitesnake 2 LP remastered. This is the 1987 Whitesnake album. So, Still of the Night, Here I Go Again on My Own. This is that album. Plus, it includes a bonus LP with bonus tracks, $59.99. Previously unreleased live tracks and remixes, $59.99. Stephen Chesney wants Genesis. That's so does Stephen Chesney. John Lill needs to put back Cheap Trick, All Shook Up. I believe there may have been some backup buyers on that, if not backup bidders, so we'll figure that one out. Wasp, The Last Command, $44.99 for Wasp, The Last Command, $44.99. Carnivore is a limited edition on clear vinyl, $28.99 for Carnivore. We sold some OG copies of that, and then I was like, hey, these are in print on clear vinyl, $28.99. Craig Johnson wants the White Snake, 30th anniversary edition. That's sold to Craig Johnson. We have Iron Maiden, The Final Frontier. This is a gatefold, 2 LP, $49.99. That's one of those Iron Maiden albums that are always limited edition. Most Iron Maiden stuff, especially those later albums, they're always limited edition because they don't really press a lot at a time. There's always big demand for them, and then they're gone, and I've seen some like quadruple in price overnight. Iron Maiden, Metallica, 72 Seasons. I do have it. It is $39.99, 2 LP black vinyl, Metallica, $39.99. That's their newest album. So I got 3 Iron Maidens. Audio Slave, Chris Cornell, Tom Morello on guitar. This is $36.99 for Audio Slave, 2 LP, the classic debut album on 2 LPs, $36.99. Becky Lerner on Metallica. Those sold to Becky Lerner. Also, I was about to say we lost our Facebook connection, but we're back on. I think Facebook disconnected there for about 30 seconds. So if you've commented something, if you don't see it on the screen, you might want to send it again. Quiet Riot, Metal Health, music on vinyl pressing. Metal Health is $44.99. Come On, Feel the Noise. Disturbed, The Sickness, $29.99 for Disturbed, The Sickness. A lot of these, we only have one copy left. This is a lot of like stuff I ordered one copy of, then we took a waiting list, and this is like all we have left. There's another Genesis Invisible Touch. If you missed out on the other one, there's another chance. Testament, Souls of Black, music on vinyl, $44.99 for Testament, Souls of Black. Now 80s Alternative. This is a 2 or 3. This is a 2 LP colored vinyl, Now 80s Alternative compilation. That is $56.99. Paul Gill on Jim Croce, You Don't Mess Around with Jim. That is sold to Paul Gill. A classic. Operators on there. Oh Brother, Where Art Thou soundtrack, $44.99 on Oh Brother, Where Art Thou. That is $44.99. And Halloween, Keeper of the Seven Keys, Part 2. Halloween is $44.99. Also, the classic Warren Zevon album, Excitable Boy, that's on glow-in-the-dark red vinyl, $28.99. Iron Maiden title. That is Iron Maiden, The Final Frontier. The Final Frontier is $49.99. The Cure, 17 Seconds, $38.99 for The Cure, 17 Seconds. That's a music on vinyl pressing. Guns N' Roses, Use Your Illusion Volume 1 with November Rain, $49.99. And ZZ Top's debut first album, $31.99. That's getting harder to find as an OG. We sell a lot of those. Echo and the Bunnymen, Ocean Rain, remastered, 180-gram vinyl. Echo and the Bunnymen is $28.99. We still have the Experience Hendrix, which is the best of Jimi Hendrix, a 2LP remaster, and I believe these are still pressed at QRP, $29.99 for the best of Jimi Hendrix. Hard Rock Heretics, this is a Rocktober colored vinyl compilation. Winger, Dio, Faster Pussycat, Bullet Boys, Metal Church, Twisted Sister, Doc and Skid Row, Lynch Mob, and others, $28.99. Metal Church, self-titled debut, $44.99. James Bragg wants Echo and the Bunnymen. That's so did James Bragg. The Stooges, Funhouse, $31.99 for the Stooges. That is on half red and half black colored vinyl from Rocktober, Iggy Pop and the Stooges, $31.99. Here's one of the best sounding records money can buy. Lynyrd Skynyrd, pronounced Lynyrd Skynyrd, their classic debut album. This is cut from the original master tapes, 100% guaranteed from Analog Productions. This is, when it starts up, it sounds like they're in the room with you, if you have the proper equipment. $69.99. That plays at a 45 RPM, and it's on high-quality vinyl. $69.99, Lynyrd Skynyrd. David Bowie is on orange vinyl. That's a 45th anniversary of Low. Getting harder to find those. We had an OG copy that looked just like this with the hype sticker on the back and everything. I think we sold for well over 100. Just a challenge to find copies of that, especially pristine. $28.99. That's an orange vinyl 45th anniversary edition. Black Flag Damaged is $33.99. And then again, on the Oingo Boingos, we have Good for Your Soul, $29.99. Of course, Oingo Boingo, Danny Elfman, one and the same. And then Nothing to Fear is also, or is $28.99. The last copy of Dwight Yoakam, Blame the Vein. Unless that's the one Jerry Stone wanted. But I think that was over here. Do we still have a copy of that in the flip crate? He didn't specify on that one. But yeah, I'm assuming he wants Blame the Vein. Even though the live album was in there too. I've got to ask him about that. Hey, Jerry Stone, you're watching. Hey, Jerry, from the flip video. Did you want Blame the Vein or did you want the Dwight Yoakam live? And Jerry Stone, also let me know which Oingo Boingo you want. Good for Your Soul and Nothing to Fear. I think Jerry, I just went through the flip video comments live, and he was supposed to be on a waiting list, which I'm pretty sure you were. So, but if not, we'll be sure to tag one of those. Now, I mentioned this in the video. As of 4 a.m. last night, this was the last copy. This was the last copy we had of Melancholy. We have sold 23 copies. I'm going to keep one. Not for me, I'm just going to keep one. And then we've got this one, $119.99, last copy. I've sold all 24. I've counted, I've tagged them. That's our last copy, $119.99 for Melancholy and the Infinite Sadness. If you don't have, that's the best price I've ever offered them, and that's why we have sold 24 of those this week. And Jerry Stone wants to Blame the Vein. Okay, let's go ahead and pull this one right here then. Right here. Let's tag that for Jerry Stone. Jerry, I will make sure, I'm assuming you want one each of these Oingo Boingos. We'll go ahead, and I was on the waiting list for Nothing to Fear. Okay, so does that mean you want Good for Your Soul? And Brittany wants one of each. We'll go ahead and tag Brittany one of each on the Oingo Boingos. Okay, great stuff in there. So I actually have one perfect Melancholy. I have one that's opened. The shrink wrap's got torn open. I'm going to show it at some point, and then I've got one kind of set aside. So just FYI on those. Let me put these other Oingo Boingos together. So let me show a couple things one more time. I can fill back up the crate a little bit now that we've sold some of these. So there's the last, for sure, the last copy of Blame the Vein, unless more do come in from that next shipment. Dwight Yoakam, $33.99. I want one copy. Okay, put Jerry Stone down for one copy each, and I'm going to make sure. We have them down for those. Tom Waits, Closing Time, $34.99. 50th anniversary, limited edition, high quality pressing on 180 gram vinyl, transparent double vinyl, half speed master, $34.99. The Lost Boys, red vinyl. The Lost Boys, $39.99. Lost Boys soundtrack. The Best of the Mothers of Invention, $26.99. And there's another copy of David Bowie, Low, on orange vinyl. Regina, we actually sold a copy of that last night on black vinyl. I think we sold a copy last night on black vinyl. Okay, just going through a little bit of new vinyl here. I'm going to go through this crate over here that's next to me as well. So kind of final call on those, just FYI. And let me slide this one over and see what's in here. Maybe some stuff I hadn't shown in a while, or maybe I can take a little bit more time. Sometimes I go through new vinyl so fast I don't even get to explain to you what it is or why you should buy it. This is obviously why you should buy this. The music that's on it. And it is, when you don't get it, it goes up in price if you don't have one secured. And this is the single soundtrack. 25th anniversary, Gatefold 2 LP. With the bonus CD, you get 18 additional tracks on the CD. $44.99 for the single soundtrack, 25th anniversary. That's Pearl Jam, Alice in Chains, Paul Westernberg, Soundgarden, and more. $44.99. LS Info. LS Info was, what was LS? Leonard Skinner, maybe? And Jerry, yes, I've got you down for all three. Queensryche, Condition Human, $33.99. When this was originally posted, I didn't think they would ever release it, but they finally did. Queensryche is $33.99. The Rolling Stones, Big Hits, High Tide and Green Grass. That is in mono. That's all the Stones' big hits, plus 8 pages of color photos. That is $42.99, last copy. Now Millennium, 2000 to 2001. That's a red vinyl compilation from Now, $54.99. Todd Tipton wants Queensryche. That's sold to Todd Tipton. We have Leonard Skinner, God and Guns, on limited edition 1500 silver colored vinyl, $38.99. That's numbered and limited from Leonard Skinner. AC/DC Ball Breaker. That's one of those that had been out of stock for a long time, and we finally got them back in. We sold our first big batch, and now I've got a few left. Also, I'm pulling these out of the ABC section right now. We've been selling a lot of Black Crows, mostly because Lines is back in stock, and they're posting some new Black Crows reissues on colored vinyl. I was about to order a couple of these because I didn't think we had them in stock, but we actually had them over here in the Black Crows section. Southern Harmony and Musical Companion. I have 2 left. They're $48.99. That's a 2 LP. The Black Crows, Southern Harmony and Musical Companion, with some great music on it. So, been selling a lot of Black Crows this week. Just so you know, we have those in stock. Ball Breaker was $34.99. There's more Warrants, of course. We got those laying around here everywhere. I'm going to put these over here because they're not priced. If you do want a copy of Dirty, Rotten, Filthy, Stinking Rich, they are $44.99. I can tell we sold some here in the store because the section's a little thinner. Warrant is $44.99. The Carpenters, classic album, remastered on 180 gram vinyl. The Carpenters, 1969-1973, the singles collection, $36.99. Glam Rock Collected, limited to 2,000 on silver vinyl. Sweet, Lou Reed, T-Rex, Roxy Music, Slade, Susie Quattro. That is numbered and limited on silver vinyl, $46.99. Glam Rock Collected. Van Halen, their self-titled debut. This is an awesome sounding remasters. Lacquer's Cut by Chris Bellman at Bernie Grunman Mastering. You know that's going to sound good. It does sound good. $31.99. There's more Warrants. This is a part, I think this is leftovers from a putback bin. Oh my gosh, we had so many people. We've gotten a lot of pre-orders on that Marilyn Manson record. I think I'm going to ask some people to prepay for it. Not y'all, but we have a lot of new buyers and so many new people pre-order stuff, and then it's like impossible to get payment from them when the time comes, especially something almost 2 months out. So some of those people I'm going to ask to prepay for Marilyn Manson, because we're getting a lot of pre-orders for a $70 record. And just so if you're anybody new watching and you've pre-ordered that, I may ask for payment up front. Based on our history, when we have a very big title, for some reason, even though you really can't get them anywhere else, especially with this music on vinyl, people never pay for them. So going to probably ask for payment for that up front. Riot, Fire Down Under. Riot is limited and numbered for music on vinyl, red vinyl. And I was checking Riot titles last night because I was ordering some more different titles, and this is unavailable. Can't get this anymore. The red colored, $38.99. That's for music on vinyl. Audio Slave, also a major putback for some reason. $59.99 for Out of Exile. Audio Slave, $59.99. That's a double LP, Chris Cornell, of course. And once again, the Black Crowes, Shake Your Moneymaker live. That's green vinyl, 2 LP, and it has a bonus 7-inch, also on green vinyl, $44.99. Okay, I'm gonna put these. I don't need more Tool box sets. The problem with Tool, though, is I ordered those before I had them pre-sold. I was told that this is going to be the most limited release ever by Tool. There would be millions and millions of people wanting them, and you better get as many as you can. And so I ordered like 200 of them, 100 from different distributors, and they all came in. And not only for some reason did nobody want it anymore, but also Amazon had millions, Walmart had millions, Best Buy had millions. I mean, I think they're everywhere now. I mean, my distributors still have hundreds of them in stock, hundreds and hundreds of them in stock. So I think eventually you'll be able to get those. I think I'm down to 1 copy, and we're just going to keep that for the fun of it. But eventually they're going to get, I think, where you can probably get those really cheap, just FYI. So if they ever come on sale to us, I'll let y'all know. But yeah, that's a toolbox sets are a bad memory, right, Tanner? Toolbox sets are a bad memories. Oh my gosh, there's nothing wrong with it. I mean, it's a great album. It looks great. It sounds great. It's a fantastic release, but that was probably the worst release of probably the decade as far as the way they did it. And then they put it out as an affordable 3 LP right after that, which makes no sense. And they're reissuing stuff. They reissued the same album twice, and people are rioting in the streets for Anima and 10,000 Days, which have never been repressed on vinyl. 10,000 Days has never been pressed on vinyl. People are like rioting. We want these LPs on vinyl, and they're reissuing stuff that people already have. It don't really make any sense, but I like Tool. They have really grown on me. Doug, that works here, Doug Page, first person to ever play me a Tool song. He had a bootleg of Anima. I heard Stinkfist, and I was hooked, and I hope to go see them this November in Knoxville. They are very expensive to go see. Like floor seats are like $800. It is so expensive to go see Tool. But I hope to go see them in November. So the more I listen to them. I heard the song the other night, The Pot, for the first time. I was like, wow, I never had heard that one before, which is on 10,000 Days because it's not on vinyl. So I hadn't listened to a lot of the stuff that's not available on vinyl. I had an OG copy of Anima. We sold it. Very rare, very hard to find. But other than that, that's it. So yeah, Anima's a great album. Gavin, I agree. It's not in my top 3, but it's a great album. I'm too much of a Beatles and Led Zeppelin and Pink Floyd fan. Black Sabbath. Okay. Let's do a final request let's do a final offer for requests. The show has come near to an end. If you have requests, especially on new vinyl, let me know. We've had a great 4th of July sale. At one time I looked down, we had 218 people watching right at 9 o'clock, I think. And then I've seen some people hop on for the first time tonight. So OG Anima, OG Undertow. Yeah, those are very hard to find. The guy from the Bowling Green, not Bowling Green, the Birmingham collection, he had OG copies of all those. Even some of the Tool bootlegs. We had that Saliva bootleg that time. You know, we auctioned it off for $200 or $300, but Anima is extremely expensive. Do you ever get early? Hey, we had a Kinks record right over here, didn't we? That didn't sell the other night. Isabella's on. We had a Kinks record the other night that didn't sell. Let me show that to you. This is the Kinks, NXS. Listen Like Thieves. This didn't get claimed the other night. NXS Listen Like Thieves is $29.99. This is a near mint copy. That did not sell. NXS Listen Like Thieves. David, I will split the difference with you and sell this to you for $25. It is a perfect copy of Men at Work, Business as Usual. Mint with insert. This is like Japanese quality, but it's US. I'll sell that to you, David, for $20. Or $25. How much is Audio Slave? We have 2 Audio Slave records. Out of Exile. Out of Exile is $59.99. Out of Exile is $59.99. And then the Audio Slave self-titled. Audio Slave self-titled is $36.99. So $59.99 and $36. This album was long out of print. OG copies or even that one reissue was like $200 plus. The reason this is $60 is because it's a UK import. And this is Audio Slave $36.99. Had Salival. That was a bootleg. But yes, we had it on vinyl, but it was a bootleg. Neil Young Crazy Horse price. That was from the last crate of vintage. Kelly Bagwell, Neil Young and Crazy Horse Live. I think that was from this last crate of vintage, which is now down here on the ground. But let me get it for you. Was that Russ Never Sleeps, maybe? Let me see here. Russ Never Sleeps, Huey Lewis, Steve Winwood, Tom Petty, Willie Nelson, Redheaded Stranger, Kenny Rogers. Russ Never Sleeps was $34.99. Neil Young, Russ Never Sleeps, $34.99. David Polkey said sold, so Men at Work, $25. Can you go over your players and other equipment sometime this past week in a Facebook post? I can. Yeah, I've got new turntables from Audio Technica in stock. I've got some vintage stuff, but we are pretty much trying to get away from dealing in vintage equipment. We have had bad luck after bad luck with shipping, returns. Pretty much it's like this. If we sell you a piece of audio equipment, it's like as is. A lot of people bring back, they'll buy a vintage turntable from us, and then about 3 months later, one guy tried to bring one back after 9 months here in the store. His turntable quit working and he wanted a refund. And I was like, man, we just can't do this. So vintage equipment is very delicate. When it leaves, you might want to, it's kind of as is. I recommend buying something new. Unless you get something very high quality that's vintage, I recommend something new all the time. So I like new turntables. I've had bad luck with vintage stuff. It's just, I like the new Audio Technica stuff. Upgrade your cartridge, you've got a decent turntable. Now, the people that want to spend the money on the other stuff, go right ahead. I've had some very expensive turntables. I've sold some for $2,000 or $3,000. So, very expensive stuff we've sold. But, Paul, I will get you all that. I know you're local, so I don't have to ship it if you don't mind coming to get it. But I will give you prices. We're going to we don't have much left. I've turned down offers on Marances and Pioneers lately, just really trying to get out of the business of vintage audio equipment. I actually sold a reel-to-reel on eBay today. The guy's coming up from Alabama. He messaged me and said, would you ship this to Alabama? I know it says local pickup only. And I said, shipping vintage electronics is a death wish. So you can have a vintage reel-to-reel working. It's working 100%. You put it in a box. You put it in a box and you ship it to Alabama. When it gets there, it's not going to be working. It's just not, there's going to be something wrong with it. Same way with cassette decks and automatic turntables. So we have so much, we have great speakers, same thing, speakers. We've tested them before. They could be here working. When they get somewhere else, they're not working. It's just unbelievable the bad luck we have. So, but I do have great stuff and it's for sale. It will work great when you get it. How long it will work for is another thing. That's the thing about vintage stuff. This vintage stuff is very delicate. It could be working, but when you get it for a while, it could stop working. So that's what happens. Okay, let me make sure I didn't miss anything else. Audio Slave Revelations. Luke, I don't think that's ever been released on vinyl. If it has, it's just OG and it's very difficult to get. Let's see. Looking for cassette deck or speakers. I can hook you up with that. So I got some Macintosh stuff in the back that's not working, which is like mind-blowing. Usually that stuff never breaks. So, okay, any last request for anything? Any last request? We're going to call it a night. We'll be back tomorrow at 7 o'clock Central Time. We will have new vinyl. James Bragg wants the NXS. That's so did James Bragg. Happy 4th, everybody. We got 45 minutes still left here. I slept through most of the 4th of July today, so hope everybody I've seen enough fireworks as driving over here, so I still have all 10 fingers, and I didn't eat any hamburgers or hot dogs, though, and I'm very hungry. I may go to Whataburger and get me my 4th of July cheeseburger, because I am starving. Are you selling non-working stuff? I already did. I sold a bunch of high-end cassette decks for like $10 and $15 this past weekend. We had a TAC cassette deck I sold for $10. If you could get it working, it's about a $500 system. I also sold a pair of Martin Logan speakers for $300 that are about $3,000 if you could have got them working. But we tried, no luck. So we just get rid of that stuff. I've thrown some of it in the dump before. We've thrown dump trucks full of vintage electronics. It's just very painful to deal with. Okay, thanks everybody for watching. See everybody tomorrow at 7 o'clock. All new arrivals. Paul will be pricing us new batches tomorrow. We'll have great new vinyl. We'll have on-sale vinyl. We'll have auctions. Thanks everybody watching. What was the Gary Moore? Gary Moore is Blues for Greenie. Gary Moore, Blues for Greenie, $33.99. Blues for Greenie. If you decide you want that Michael Marth, just let us know. That's a new release. Came out a couple weeks ago. Thanks everybody for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow night at 7 o'clock Central Time.